All right, hello, nerds around the world, and welcome to a special episode of the Nerds Unite as One podcast. I am Christopher and Noah, your host tonight, and we'll be doing a special podcast where we'll be talking about all the news that came out of the recent 2016 San Diego Comic-Con. And to help out with that, I have a terrific panel which will be helping me out. We'll discuss the various news stories that came out of this annual expo featuring all fantastic media, science fiction, fantasy comics, so forth and so on. To help me out with that, we have one of the co-founders of Nerds Unite as One, Mr. Paul English. Paul, what's going on?
Good evening, nerds around the world. I'm excited to be here to talk about everything that broke down at Comic-Con. Did we see everything we wanted to see? Probably, maybe not, maybe so. I don't know. We will talk about that, obviously. Everything that we saw, everything we didn't see, going to be exciting. I've been looking forward to this for a while. It was a hell of a weekend at Comic-Con, and I'm ready to discuss it.
All right, absolutely, absolutely. And also, we have, of course, joining us, everyone, joining us, you all know this guy, great fella, from Geeks Out. It is Mike Gillick. What's going on, Mike?
Howdy, guys. Great to be back. Great to talk about all the wonderful geeky stuff that came out of Comic-Con.
All right, most definitely. And also we have from the great north of Canada, Mr. Max Vincent. Max, hello.
Hello. I was very busy yesterday watching all of the Comic-Con trailers because I actually haven't watched any trailers for 2 weeks. So, yeah.
Really?
Because I didn't have Wi-Fi.
Yeah, well, you're back in the... well, you're back where you can toy around with your little iPhones or iPads or iPhone. You can go back where you can use any kind of technological device at your disposal. It's good to have you back, Max.
Yeah, I'm. Yeah.
Okay. All right. First topic we are going to discuss is the various amount of trailers that came out of San Diego Comic-Con, mostly related to DC television. Mostly, these are new seasons for individual series: The Flash, Arrow, and Legends of Tomorrow. First up, we are going to talk about The Flash. At the end of season 2, I believe, Barry went back in time and prevented the murder of his mother at the hands of Reverse Flash, which got people speculating: are they going to adapt the Flashpoint paradox for the comics? And it seems from this trailer, that's the direction they're going in. And what I've seen here is quite possibly hugely fascinating. From the glimpses, from the look we got from the trailer, we experienced a timeline where both of Barry's parents are alive. Barry is not entirely familiar with Iris. They don't really know each other. Of course, Cisco's like a big, rich, multi-billionaire, and so forth and so on. And of course, we got Wally West as Kid Flash. We got a brief glimpse of that. That should be very interesting to look forward to in the entire season. And of course, we got Reverse Flash returning again. Because who doesn't love Reverse? I mean, who can't get enough Reverse Flash? Possibly Caleb, possibly even a bit more so than the rest of us. But what we see here, is a televised adaptation of the Flashpoint storyline. I'm not entirely familiar with the Flashpoint storyline, but what I was seeing here is it's like saying, this seems like a whole new, interesting direction for our show than you see from any other show. It's just like how to reverse the entire timeline, change history. That's going to be it's going to be interesting how things unfold in this season, and I personally can't wait. It's just I said to myself, I need to change my pants. It's just like because I was so blown away by how awesome this was, and it's a pretty exciting direction for the series to go in. I think personally. So, Paul, what do you think about the trailer for season 3 of Flash?
Definitely gets my interest. I mean, obviously they can't do a direct adaptation of the Flashpoint Paradox storyline, considering that did involve the Justice League, or lack of Justice League. So, but I mean, you know, DCW shows, they never really do direct adaptations of comic storylines. So, but for what I've been seeing, yeah, I'm excited about the way it's looking. I'm wondering how is this going to be a season-long thing? How it's going to last just a few episodes? I'm definitely excited to see the way this direction goes. I mean, you know, Flash is quickly becoming. It's still. I think Flash has become my favorite CW show. I think it did surpass Arrow. So I mean, I'm excited about the way they're going. I cannot wait for this. October can't get here soon enough.
Yeah, definitely. So it's going to be murder. It's murder for me. Waiting for The Walking Dead. So, you know, and an equally murder for me to wait for this as well. Max, did you see the trailer? Well, it appears Max is unavailable at the moment. Mike, did you see the trailer?
I did not because I still need to get caught up with the Flash season.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, well, needless to say, I was spoiled by knowledge of the Flashpoint quite a couple months ago, so that's fine. I mean, it's an interesting concept. I kind of had a feeling that they were going to go this way right from the end of the first season, when he made it back, but then he stopped, because like the other him kind of told him like, no, don't do that. And I've seen a meme recently that was kind of regarded that pretty amusingly. It's like, it takes a special kind of person to go back in time and have himself tell him no and say, you know what, fuck you, myself, I'm gonna do it anyway.
I saw that too. That was pretty funny.
So you know what, it's gonna be interesting. I do like the Flash. I think I went on vacation on one week and I missed the episode, and I just never really kind of got caught up and it kind of snowballed. So, but really looking forward to getting caught up and then indulging in the next season.
Now, don't worry, it should be on DVD, Blu-ray soon, and then Netflix around the same time.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm planning on.
It's not. But season 2 was good, but it wasn't to me as good as season 1. It seemed like a real repeat of kind of like a rehash of the first season in some instance, at least to me. But also the second trailer that was the other trailer that was released for DC Television for their Arrowverse, as they would call it, is the season 5 trailer for Arrow, and it features some interesting things about it. You see Curtis. It seems that Allverse and several other individuals are being part of seem to be, or they it seems that this season that they are going to be joining Oliver as he prowls the streets at night fighting evildoers and so forth and so on. I wasn't too thrilled with how Arrow ended. I mean, if anyone who's seen it, I won't really spoil it for them. It's just, it seemed anticlimactic how they wrapped up the whole season. It just felt unsatisfying. I mean, I'm almost at the end of my road with Arrow, I guess. I'm not sure if I really want to see more of the show. I mean, I'll stick on. Just because I'm such a loyal viewer like that, or maybe I'm just a blind optimist. I'm not really sure. But
both.
Okay,
you're both.
I won't take that. I won't take that shit. I won't take that, I'm not really. I guess I'm not as excited as I was for previous seasons. I'll watch it, but I'm not really. I'm not expecting anything exceptional here. I mean, I'll tune in, but not quite as excited as I mean, it'll be interesting to see the flashbacks of Oliver's time in Russia, but it's interesting to a certain degree. I'll watch, definitely. Paul, what do you think about the trailer for this upcoming season of Arrow?
It's mixed. I mean, on the one hand, I'm glad they're getting back to, like, I guess we'd say the basics of it, which is like, Oliver's out there beating up like regular people, regular bad guys, and all that stuff. Kind of getting rid of the whole like supernatural kind of thing, leaving that for like Flash or Legend and all that. So I mean, on the one hand, that's nice. I'm glad to see they're kind of doing that. On the one hand, there are a lot of things about this upcoming season, and also I am excited. This is going to be the last season of flashbacks, because they have been getting a little old.
Yeah.
That being said, there are a few things about this upcoming season that are kind of pissing me off, or that I don't like. For instance, why are they bringing in new people? It should just be Oliver, Diggle, Felicity, Juliet. Just keep those three. Let them do it. And on Felicity's note, she's getting a boyfriend again. She's getting another boyfriend. I mean, listen. Anyone who's heard me talk on our recap shows knows I am a serious Felicity supporter. I want these two to be together, but I'm sick of that being such a main focus of the show. If the fucking writers, they killed Laurel off. If you don't know that already, oh well. Because it seemed like they're going to be, so it seemed like Oliver and Felicity will be together. Oh, maybe not. Listen, if you want them together, put them together. If you don't want them, stop fucking toying with us. I am sick of that being such a main, huge plot of the storyline. Just focus on Oliver kicking ass. And on that note with Laurel, why the hell did they bother killing her off if they're just going to bring her back? Seriously, you have no fucking balls, Greg Berlanti. You do not. If you're going to kill someone, fucking kill him and keep him dead.
Yeah, because, Oliver's mother came back for, oh, wait, no, she didn't.
Well, yeah, but she was never...
Oliver's father came, oh, wait, no, he didn't.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, to be fair, they were never, like, major characters on the level that Laurel
Oliver's
was.
mother absolutely was a major character.
Okay, she was, but, I mean, his dad really wasn't. But, I mean, the only thing I can think of is, like, maybe because they have said that Flashpoint is going to affect Arrow. My only guess is it's going to affect him to the point that Laurel doesn't die. Maybe. As long as that alternate timeline effect, Laurel will be back, but assuming the timeline gets resurrected, then she'll be dead again. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of to explain it. Because they have confirmed, Greg has confirmed, the Flashpoint is not going to affect Flash, it's going to affect Arrow, it's going to affect Legend, possibly even Supergirl, I don't know. But that's the only thing I can think of to explain Laurel being back, which is the timeline messed the Flashpoint creates a timeline in which Laurel is still alive. That's all I can think of.
Possibly. Wouldn't bet on anything, but she's basically, she's basically going to go in the same direction as written with Miller, and she's going to be on all the shows,
Yeah, same thing with John Barrowman.
That's right.
Well, there's never a bad time to have more John Barrowman.
Definitely.
That'll give you.
Max, did you look at the trailers for the upcoming seasons of The Flash and Arrow?
No, I did not, because I don't really care. I haven't actually watched any of the shows, so yeah.
Okie dokie. We'll be moving on.
I know. Watch the first 2 seasons of Arrow; they were good.
I've watched the first 4 episodes of Arrow, and I never got into it.
All right.
At least tried.
Okay, and Mike, I know you haven't seen it. I mean, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, I need to get caught up on Arrow. I need to get caught up on all the shows, jeez. I'm just really behind. But, no, I mean, it's... I've heard from a lot of people that Season 4 was not their favorite season. I'm still holding out hope because, I've always kind of enjoyed Arrow a little bit. I don't know, when Flash came out, I did like the Flash a little bit more because I had more fun with it. I think Arrow got a little bit too dark and brooding, but on the flip side, that's kind of that show's point. It's supposed to be a dark. It's basically Batman without Batman. Mm-hmm. They can't do a show on Batman, so unless you count Gotham, which I don't.
Well, that's in a different timeline.
Yeah, and there's no Batman in that movie anyway, in that show anyway.
Not yet. I don't know. He's not even going to be there. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, with Laurel, I don't know what they're going to do with her because, I mean, they've already said that she's going to be kind of across all all four of the shows. So maybe she's not actually coming back. Maybe it's going to be like a different timeline version of her, like a Laurel from a different I don't know, Laurel from Earth 2. I don't know.
Well, they kind of did that already, except Laurel
From Earth 2 is
that's
evil,
gonna
yeah.
spoil it for you.
No,
Okay.
I read Entertainment Weekly, and they had a big old picture of Dark, whatever the hell she called herself.
Black
Yeah.
Siren.
So
Right.
yeah, that was spoiled already. Thank you, Entertainment Weekly.
Sorry about that.
No, it was Entertainment Weekly.
Alrighty then. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. And also the second trailer they released for one of their CW shows is the trailer for the second season of Legends of Tomorrow. Well, this didn't get me as pumped up. It was kind of interesting to see. And there, of course, if you remember at the end of the first season of Legends of Tomorrow, just as the crew were about to head off and, I'm going off to the next journey through time, a mysterious visitor appeared, at the end to warn the team of what was to come. And that person appeared to be Rex Tyler, who is known as the superhero Hour Man in the DC. In the comics, and he apparently is a member of the Justice Society of America, which was certain at the end of that season to get some comic fans squealing quite a bit, But what we got from what we did see was the return of Damien Dark in this trailer, and let's just say there's going to be, of course, probably at some point along the season, there's going to be some potential confrontation between him and Sarah, due to the fact that he did kill Black Canary at the end, towards the end of that season of the last season of Arrow. It didn't certainly get me excited to see what was the season going to be like. What we're going to have at the end of the season. It did get me interested. Probably not as interested as Arrow, but I will be along for the ride to see what direction this season will go in. So, real quick, your thoughts about this the trailer for this upcoming season, Legends of Tomorrow.
Well, it kind of shows the fact that I don't read the comics, so I have no right to lecture anyone who does not like these shows. But I thought the Justice Society of America was supposed to be like a prequel to the Justice League. So why are they coming from the future if they're supposed to be in the past? Unless I'm wrong about that.
Mm-hmm. That's an interesting point to tackle there.
Like I said, I could be wrong, but I thought the Justice Society was prequel to the Justice League. Like, they were out in the 50s, and the Justice League is a little more current. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't read the comics. I freely admit it. So, but I mean, Legends. I mean, it had a decent freshman year. I won't say it's like the best show I've ever seen, but it was all right. Yeah. I'm definitely excited. I'm interested to see where they go with this. I'll leave it at that.
Okay, and well, Mike G, what about you? I mean, I know you haven't seen the trailer. You have any thoughts about,
I honestly, I haven't seen any of Legends of Tomorrow yet. Don't get me wrong, I do want to watch that one, but that one hadn't even started by the time I kind of hadn't gotten started with Flash and Arrow, getting caught up with them. Mm-hmm. So I figured, what, if I'm not caught up with Flash and Arrow, I'm probably not gonna know what the hell is going on with League of Tomorrow, because there was a lot of crossovers there. So when I get caught up with Flash and Arrow, that's when I'm gonna get caught up with League of Legends of Tomorrow, whatever. But no, I mean, bringing the Justice Society, whenever you want to bring in the Justice League, but you can't because they're on the movies, you bring in the Justice Society because, yeah, like Paul said, they were the predecessors, and they're the ones that people don't know as much, so they're not as big, so you can use them more freely. So it's a smart move.
Okay, okay, all right, all right. And also, we have with us joining us. You know, he was on our show a few weeks back. Mike Young. What's going on, Mike?
What's up, guys? Late L Kid at One Youngster holding it down, staying real, giving you that street geek and nerd soul. But what's up?
Alrighty, all right, but all right. It's good to have you back, buddy. It's just like good to have you.
Yeah. You know, being on the West Coast, it's hard to catch up with you guys.
Okay. All right. Sure. Keep you up to date, especially with especially with stuff like this. And also, did you happen to catch the trailers for the Flash, this upcoming seasons of the Flash, Arrow, and Legends of Tomorrow?
No, I was actually going too crazy over the DC stuff and Legion to catch up on the. I caught up on the panel interviews, but not the trailers. So I haven't seen those just yet, unfortunately. I have heard mixed things about them, but I know that when it comes to CW, only Flash has been the home run hit. But I'm hoping that Arrow gets back to like that season 1, season 2 goodness, and kind of like scales back a little bit because I do think they may have lost their way. As far as like the characters are concerned, and as far as like so many people being able to get into the I guess the Arrow, I don't know, the Arrow hideout or whatever, like. So hopefully they scale it back. They've been giving a lot of interviews about scaling it back. Even the news from the panels are that they're scaling it back. So I'm hoping to see what goes on with that. I'm also pretty interested to see what they do with the whole Flashpoint situation, since he will be kind of like affecting all of the worlds and also, I guess, in a sense, collapsing Supergirl onto their Earth to be able to put them in the same situation. And I'm hopeful about the Superman news too. I don't think she's going to get overshadowed. I think it's going to be a situation where you can't really have a Supergirl show without Superman. Because they're related, and it's almost like my issue with having Batman stories in like movies and stuff where they never ever mention like the people that he's like Dick Grayson or anyone like that. So I think it's something that they had to address, and I'm interested to see how it works out. I think they start shooting next week or this week, so they're on a time crunch, but we'll see. I'm pretty excited for it. I enjoyed to a certain degree the first season of Supergirl, so I'm pretty excited.
Okay, all right. Well, moving on. Well, it was also another trailer that we will be discussing this time is from Marvel Television. It is the trailer for the upcoming Legion show. I mean, it was categorized as an X-Men spinoff. And the individual who's running the show is who's going to be running the show is a man by the name of Noah Hawley, who was the showrunner on the Fargo TV series. And those of you who don't know, it follows David Howard, who is a schizophrenic man with mutant powers. And he's been out of psychiatric hospitals, and also he has a strange another encounter with another patient, and they're confronted, and he's confronted with voices that he hears in his head and visions that might be real. While I'm not entirely familiar with Legion, however, I'm a fan of this type of material. I'm nevertheless interested to see it. I mean, we haven't really got a lot of Marvel incarnations on television. I mean, I'm not sure it's going to have quite the range of audiences. I don't know. I'm not certain it's going to get those who are not as knowledgeable about comic books to get on board and watch the show. I mean, I wasn't really crazy about it. I mean, it does seem kind of interesting. Some parts of it look hastily put together. I mean, it's not that it's going to be separate. It's going to be its own universe. It's not going to be part of the MCU. It's not going to be part of Fox's whole cinematic universe of Marvel characters. I mean, but I'll watch. I'll watch it. It does look. It just look like something I can get myself into. But it's not. Not only crazy about it, but something I will give. Give a look. I will give a look at. Paul, did you see the trailer for Legion?
I watched some of it. I could not finish it. The show did not interest me in the slightest, so I'll probably skip it.
Mike Young, what about you?
I actually am on the more optimistic side with this. It looks like a very small show, and it looks like a very intimate show, as far as something where we're not trying to juggle a whole bunch of characters, i.e., insert team show, but a situation where it's kind of like focused on him, his psyche. And they did show a couple of effects where I thought they were kind of cool, messing around with his mind, or I guess since he's psychotic, not really messing with his mind, but just inside of his crazy mind, I guess. But it's also got the plus, in my opinion, of being on FX. And there's a lot of good FX shows. And the FX has been stepping up their game in like the last 5 to 10 years. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt on this one. They didn't show a lot, but I think what they did show, in my opinion, made me guess enough to check out the first 2 or 3 episodes, especially since they definitely did not shy away from using the X-Men iconography. I'm assuming that they're going to be inside of a world where, the rest of the X-Men exist because they call him a mutant, and when they called him a mutant, it didn't seem as if that word was new to them. So I'm interested to see how this turns out. I'm just not sure what they expect it to be. I don't know if this is going to be a procedural or if this is supposed to be a serialized show, and if so, what is it going to be about? You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if he's supposed to be saving the world, if he's supposed to be remembering things from the past. They didn't really give you enough, I guess, basic plot points to know that.
All right. It seems like it's an interesting take of what the show might be. All right, Mike G, did you see the trailer episode? What were your thoughts on it?
I did see the trailer. It's a very unique trailer, I guess is the best term for it. I actually got parrot a lot of what Mike Young said. It's a very interesting trailer. There's a lot of really interesting imagery with it, but the tone was kind of all over the place a little bit. They would have it'd be a very serious, a very kind of mental thing, and then suddenly they'd break into a really comedy bit, and then they'd go back to serious. Okay, what are you trying to do with this show? Like you said, being on FX is definitely a bonus because FX is kind of like midway between HBO and standard cable. It doesn't have the edge that shows like HBO and Cinemax have, but it has more of an adult flair than something like I don't know, Nickelodeon would have. I don't know. They can get away with a little bit more stuff on FX than they can with other stations. Let me just look at it like a Justified, Sons of Anarchy. They can get away with some pretty interesting stuff. So it'll be interesting to see exactly how far they go with it. Yeah. But they're going to have to establish in the first 2 episodes or so what exactly they want to do with this show. Because the trailer is just, it's a lot of really interesting imagery, but there's no story there for me to sink my teeth into.
You all do share some very interesting takes on this. To me, I think it's really, I don't know if this is going to be how it's going to be when they air the show. It may seem confused about what show it's trying to be. Is it trying to be like a serious take on Is trying to have like a serious tone? Is it trying to be a lighthearted piece? I don't think lighthearted is the right word, but I think from the trailer, I think from the sense, the sense is, what you sense from it is, I think at this point still trying to find out what kind of trying to establish itself in terms of its identity.
Yeah.
And I mean, are we expecting to see some cameos of mutants that we do know from the comics, or is this a standalone thing of its own?
Maybe B-level characters, but not. I wouldn't say like somebody like Charles Xavier or Cyclops. No. Maybe not one of those.
Well, characters. Is this supposed to be a situation where he's Xavier's son?
Well, yeah. No? I mean, David Haller is in the comics. He's the son of Xavier and
Haller.
Yeah. So I mean, are they keeping that, or I mean, there's just so many questions about this show that they're not giving us any answers to.
They may not go in that direction. I mean, it's hard to know at this point. I mean, what they're going to, what path they're going to walk on in terms of, how to separate itself from the other Marvel properties that are movies and television.
I will say though, if Deadpool shows up in one episode, I am sold. Just have him peek his head in and be like, wow, this is pretty some messed up shit, isn't it?
That actually would be kind of cool to have like Deadpool be able to like enter into all of the, I guess, Fox properties and just be like, hey, what are y'all doing?
No, let's take all the reins off and let's go into Marvel. Let's have him show up in DC. You know what?
Deadpool has no. He has no limits.
Yeah.
They had the fucking helicarrier in that movie. All right.
That movie was crazy. But you know what? I wouldn't mind seeing like some of the younger mutants, or some of the, I guess, new mutants, which I guess probably old mutants now. But some of the new mutants of like the 90s that we, or I guess Marvel has seemed to forgot about, that could be kind of cool. But with Fox, I mean, not with Fox, with FX, we don't know what kind of budget they're running with to do a sort of high effects show. Even though they do run The Strain, but The Strain is more makeup and prosthetics, I guess.
Possibly, but like I said, I mean, it's hard to know what you're going to get out of this, what type of show it's going to be. But as a faithful follower of superheroes and comics, it won't be. I don't think it's going to be hard to. I mean, it's going. I don't think. I mean, it's not hard to say that. I don't think there's any doubt that most of us are going to probably tune in. Most definitely. All right. The next topic we're going to discuss is the trailer for Kong Skull Island. I mean, that's one perfect gorilla. Okay, yeah. But yeah, Kong Skull Island is a movie that's going to be released next year, which is going to be starring Tom Hiddleston. Of course, we all know him as Loki from Thor movies and so forth. And of course, and of course Brie Larson, who recently won an Academy Award for the film Room. Of course, it's going to be the motherfucker himself, Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, there's actually 3 Marvel characters in there now that Brie's been confirmed as Captain Marvel.
Oh. So. Yeah, that's going to be quite interesting to see.
Loki, Nick Fury, and Captain Marvel.
Yeah, it's going to be
chasing a giant ape. All right, cool.
All right, but also, of course, they got Ronan Day, John C. Reilly in the movie as well. So since the whole, so a whole boatload of cast members of Marvel movies, past and present and future, are going to be in this movie. Yeah, quite unusual there. But also, but also it's going to feature John Goodman and of course a host of other actors and character actors that are going to be in this film. It is part of Legendary's whole Kong Godzilla film series. It is supposed to be like sort of a prequel to the original King Kong. It's supposed to be set back in the 70s, where this team of explorers are venturing into uncharted island in the Pacific, and of course it has both beautiful and terrifying things about it. And of course, they're going to discover the title character, Kong. I mean, this looks amazing. I mean, I wasn't a fan of the whole Peter Jackson King Kong. I thought it was overlong and burdened by just like some unnecessary scenes and filler and stuff. I did like the spider pit sequence, but you know, what did it add to the movie? You know, I mean, I guess for me, we didn't really get the sense of what kind of character Tom Hiddleston is going to be. But you know, what stood out to me was Samuel L. Jackson. I mean, you can't get enough of the guy these days. You know. He seems to be in almost everything, I guess. But I do like the tone. I do like what they're going. I do like what they're going with this. You know, I honestly can't wait to see King Kong versus Godzilla. I can't wait. But this is the one I'm really wanting to look forward to. It really, I guess, to me, it kind of captures that atmosphere that the original 1933 King Kong had, but updated, you know, to modern sensibilities. You know, I mean, it's not a Kong reboot. I mean, what Peter Jackson did 10 years ago was a Kong reboot. You should count, I guess. I mean, I do hope it's better. I hope it's not as overlong as that movie was. You know, but you do get a sense, you know, that they're going into a strange and dangerous place, you know, so with these guys on this expedition. You know, it certainly offers some explosive action, no doubt. I mean, and the visuals are just fucking fantastic. I can't wait to see this. All right, Paul, you saw the trailer, right? It seems Paul was unavailable at the moment.
No, I'm here. I just have my thing. I just have my screen off.
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, you saw the trailer, right?
Kong Skull Island?
Yes.
Yes, I did.
All right. So, what were your thoughts on it?
How big is this King Kong? He looks fucking massive. I know that they're trying to build up a King Kong versus Godzilla. It looks like this Kong's gonna be fucking huge because he kind of needs to be in order to take on Godzilla.
Yeah.
That's kind of really all I'm seeing from this movie. So they're trying to set up King Kong and paving the way for a King Kong vs. Godzilla movie. I think that's what this movie's kind of amounting to. So that's kind of all I'm expecting from it.
Okay, all right. Fair enough. All right, Mike G, what were your thoughts on the trailer? Okay, Doug.
Mike G.
Sorry about that. Yeah, my thoughts on the trailer. It actually kind of gave me a bit of a Vietnam War type vibe to it. I mean, like them, you know, all in the jungles, kind of a military operation type thing. I do like the fact that they held off showing the monkey until the big ape until near the end, just like little flashes of it. I kind of figured that that's what they would do.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. I mean, the biggest thing that I can take away from this trailer is the fact that I have no idea where this movie's going to go.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen two remakes of the original King Kong, and they all had exactly the same ending. This one is not a remake. We have no idea what's going to happen with the ending. I'm assuming King Kong's going to be survive because they got set up King Kong versus Godzilla. So, but that's also another thing that I'm really worried about. Is that we have all these theaters trying to push this franchise tag on everybody, a shared universe, and yet they try so hard to do that, but they forget they make a good movie. See, Marvel has understood that in order to do a good shared universe, you have to make good movies first.
Yeah.
DC is still kind of feeling that out.
Batman v Superman. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, but come on, man. Those new trailers, come on.
No, don't get me wrong. The new trailers look like a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
But until we see the films, I can't get behind it. The only movie studio so far that has successfully done a shared universe is Marvel. That's just straight up facts. And so I'm just worried that Warner Brothers is going to be like, oh yeah, King Kong versus Godzilla coming up then, and this movie is going to be setting that one up. Yeah, well, if I don't like this movie, I'm not going to go see that one. So make a good movie first.
Exactly.
So fingers crossed.
Definitely. I mean, yeah, like I said, I was just such a fan of the original King Kong back in 1933. It was just like this one it's gonna be a welcome surprise for me. It's gonna be welcome for me. It's just, especially a new take on the character. Yeah, it does seem exciting, because it is It is kind of like a prequel to the originals. So I definitely can't wait to see what's in store. And Kong looks fucking fierce. I mean, I can't wait to see this movie. It's gonna be so awesome. Okay, another topic we will be covering is that at the trailer. Mike.
Yo, I like the Kong trailer.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mike. Oh man.
Yeah, you got one mic, but not the other mic.
I'm sorry, man. Oh man.
All right, I'm gonna make it super quick.
Okay, yeah.
Go see this movie. Just go see this movie. It's gonna be sweet. Kong is huge. You don't see John Goodman, Samuel Jackson, Tom Hiddleston, Brie Larson all in one whack movie. It's just not gonna happen. They wouldn't sign on to a movie that they thought was whack. I know you're gonna say John Goodman has Transformers. Or you're gonna say Samuel Jackson wants to say the MF and whatever you plays in. But all of them together, I doubt that this is going to be a terrible movie. This movie has like an Apocalypse Now look to it, with Kong in it.
Yeah,
I'm sold. All I need is maybe like one more trailer to knock it out the park, and give me my popcorn.
Definitely. You're probably gonna have Samuel Jackson walking on that island saying, "I've had it with these motherfucking giant apes on this motherfucking giant island. This motherfucking island."
Somebody get me a bullet to put in this motherfucking ape.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. It does look dope, Mike. It definitely does look great.
Like, I think if they can pull off the rest of this kind of like Apocalypse Now look with it, and really bring it with Kong, we're gonna be looking at something real special. Like, and hopefully a big step up from. Well, Godzilla wasn't bad, but it's just a couple of the things where they were like turning the camera away and stuff.
Yeah.
Where I wish it was cut, but
it
for the most part, visually it was put together well. But this is a completely different director and all that, so I'm expecting to be very, very happy when I come out of the theater.
Yeah, I mean, it does look like a solid adventure movie, no doubt about it, no doubt. Okay, another topic we'll be discussing is that happened at the 2016 San Diego Comic-Con. Mike Young, you were there, right?
Yes, I was there. I was pretty much walking around with Isaac the Dude, doing his movie reviews and stuff.
Yeah, the movie reviews, yeah.
Yeah, so I was mostly getting people, like, who's your favorite superhero and why. Also asking what is cosplay. We got a chance to meet Tiffany Smith, a couple of other people, some bigger cosplayers. So it was pretty fun. I had a ball. It was hot. It was extremely hot.
I thought like San Diego was like high 70s or something like that.
When I got there on Friday, it was 112.
Whose idea was it to hold San Diego Comic-Con in Southern California in the middle of July? I mean, that doesn't seem like a smart move to me.
Holy shit!
Everyone's on
think
summer
it was
vacation.
something that was like, it was like a good idea at first, like, oh, summer vacation, it'll be easy to get people out here, and then they thought about the heat and they were like,
Yeah. Yeah, real head scratcher there. It's like kind of, didn't give it a lot of thought, I guess.
And then it's funny because you have New York in, I believe, October.
September.
Which, that's when it's starting to get pretty cold out there. They should swap dates.
New York's gonna be in July. San Diego's gonna be in October. Hey, I like that. I'm cool. Hey, it'd be a hell of a lot easier to get tickets too.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you imagine all that sweltering heat in New York City? It's already bad enough with all those crime rates.
Because I forgot.
You put heat in New York City, people are gonna go fucking ballistic.
So
Yes, I forgot
New York,
because the
New
East
York
Coast
Comic
has
Con
that
is gonna be
humidity.
moved to Alaska.
You can have an Anchorage Comic Con.
Then
There will be no sweaty nerds there at all. There'll be
No, I'm
perfect
speaking
temperature.
from experience. It stays in the 70s a lot there in the summer. You're good.
Wow.
And no humidity either. That's the best part about Anchorage, Alaska. No humidity.
Cool.
Okay. I can't see myself going there. No, I can't stand some.
Just visit. It's worth visiting. I understand I wanted to live there, but it's worth a visit, dude.
Maybe.
The view is fucking amazing.
But sure as hell ain't living there.
Oh no, dude, just here's the thing, Chris. Here's the thing. Just live in the city, okay? Just live in Anchorage, because I mean, if you're out in like the suburbs, then that's when you get moose and bear. You don't want that. But in the city, you don't get that.
I'm not Mr. Freeze. I'm just kidding.
But you do want moose and squirrel.
Okay,
Oh, boy.
Chris. I just told you it gets in about the 70s in the summer, okay?
Give a shit. It's cold.
So?
Don't give a
So, how about that Comic Con, right? Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, yeah, a little bit off topic. Yeah. Of course, what was at the Comic Con? There was a panel where they were celebrating Star Trek's 50th anniversary of the most iconic science fiction, one of the most iconic science fiction franchises of all time, Gene Roddenberry's Star Trek. And they had a panel there where they had William Shatner, Brett Spiner, Jerry Ryan,
Michael Dorn and Scott Bakula.
Yeah, Scott Bakula, all veterans of Trek series and movies past, and they were hosted by Brian Fuller, who's going to be the new showrunner of the new Star Trek television series, which is going to be airing next year. First on CBS, they're going to air it on CBS All Access with a run of 13 episodes, and it was announced at the Comic-Con that the new series will be titled Star Trek Discovery.
STD.
Okay, don't even make it. Don't even.
No, I didn't make that joke. Someone else did. Someone else made that joke, not me. I didn't come up with it.
That shit is totally inappropriate, though. It's like, oh.
Hey, do you want to catch STD this weekend?
No! Y'all just. Okay, I'm about to collapse right here.
Oh boy.
Oh my god. Staying on topic.
Don't get me wrong, I want to watch this, but it's still kind of funny.
I was staying on topic, and what they're approaching with this show is what Fuller said it's going to be much like that of a novel. It won't be as episodic as other Trek series past. It's going to be more like a novel telling things chapter by chapter across episodes, and will have like a long arc, throughout the 13 episodes season. And at the panel, they revealed the look of the ship Discovery, which, I mean, if you look at it, it kind of resembles concept art from an aborted Star Trek project in the 70s called Star Trek Planet of the Titans. While I was looking at this art, I mean, it's definitely not impressive. I mean, I'm not like hammering on it like several people are. Let's just say the look of the ship hasn't received great notices. It's not that great a design. I think some parts of the ship are too wide. It kind of seems like a cross between the Enterprise and the Klingon ship. Basically, to me, it's just like. I mean, they say it's not going to be the final design because if this is going to be the final design, they're going to have the producers are going to have the Trekkers are going to probably have foot in. We're probably gonna put a foot in the showrunner's ass or something like that. Or come after them with batless or toy phasers or sort of. I mean, it's not gonna get that. It's not gonna get that ugly. But I mean, but it's based on old concept art. I mean, I tell myself, could you come up with? Could you be a little bit more creative? I mean, it's not a great design. I mean, other Star Trek shows have looked better than this. I am looking forward to the series. I mean, I definitely hope. I mean, definitely stoked to see Star Trek back on television. I know some people haven't been thrilled with the recent reboot movies. Go to hell, all of you. You can kiss my ass and something like that.
Beyond is a great movie.
Huh?
Beyond is a great movie.
I haven't seen it yet. I mean, I heard it's like the original show, though. I mean, I do want to see it though.
It's some good stuff.
Yeah, but it is Trek's 50th. It is, and I believe it is confirmed to be in the Prime universe, where the first 5 shows and first 10 movies were set before they changed it all. Before J.J. Abrams changed. Created a new timeline with the first reboot movie he did in 2009. I mean, like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing the show. I just wish I was a little more enamored with the design of the new ship. It just, I mean, I just don't like how it looks. It doesn't look good to me. They say it's not the final design, but I'm hoping they will find it. They did release a first look of it, of the test flight of it. I mean, like I said, I mean, with the first look, I mean, it just looks like something you would see in the 90s, like on the Windows computer or something. I mean, I didn't like the first look a bit. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing the show. I just wish I liked the design a little more. I mean, maybe it'll grow on me. I'm not even certain. All right, Paul, you saw the first look, right?
Yes.
What do you think of it overall, and what on all the news we're discovering?
Well, I mean, as far as the ship is concerned, I mean, it looks like a cross between the Enterprise and a Klingon battle cruiser. Not really sure how I feel about that. As far as the show itself, I mean, obviously, it's Star Trek. I'm glad to see it back on the small screen. Of course, I'm going to watch it. I'm trying to get CBS All Access.
Mm-hmm.
But I need some more information.
I got you. All right, Mike G, you saw the first look, right?
Yes, I did.
Right.
And excuse me, but I have to say that it's not a Klingon warbird. It's a Klingon bird of prey. It's a Romulan warbird. The ship looks like. All right, so not a Klingon. Yeah. Mm.
I didn't say I didn't say bird of prey. I said battle cruiser.
The Klingon battle cruiser is the Klingon bird of prey.
Well, to be,
It's one of like their capital ships, okay?
I don't mean to be nerdy about this.
Okay, it's one of their capitals, like their heavy cruisers or something. All right.
Okay.
Anyway, the first look is. This is pretty much just an announcement trailer. I mean, it really serves no purpose other than giving us the title. And you know what? Cool. It's Star Trek Discovery. Great. It gives us. We have no information beyond that. We don't know when it takes place. Like, is it before the original series? Is it after Next Generation?
From what I'm hearing, it takes place. Mike, they actually have announced that. It supposedly takes place between the beginning of Star Trek Generations, like supposedly after Kirk's quote-unquote death, between that and Next Generation. So it takes place somewhere between there.
All right.
I'm not sure about that. I heard it's before Kirk. Before.
Yeah, I mean, if that's true, that's cool. I mean, they really haven't given us any information at all, though. I mean, all we've seen is a ship launched from an asteroid, which is cool, and we know the title. Until I know more, I really can't say much about it.
Okay, Mike Young, you saw the first. Did you see the first look? No.
Yes, and being someone who's not a deep Trekkie, I've heard a lot of people, even some friends of mine, talking about how, well, they just stole the drawing of the ship, or they stole the design of the ship from an older book. I believe it was like Art of Star Trek book that he had like way back. And
I got that.
and I was asking him to, as someone who's like kind of like a passive Trek fan, like I haven't seen every single episode, but I do think it's cool. And I asked him, like, is that seen as something where they don't have any imagination, or is it a situation where they're saying, hey guys, we know this is a brand new show, but we want to kind of give something to the people who have been fans since way back, So I don't know if where, kind of like fans of that fall, because like with Star Wars, a lot of people were happy when they used a lot of McQuarrie's older designs for like the new film and like the new animated series. But I know Trek fans are much different. So in my opinion, I was like, oh, that's cool. They're giving you a little throwback, saying, hey, we haven't forgot you, but this is a new show. Also, the ship, even though it does look old, the time period that it's supposed to be set in, should it not look old, I guess? But I mean, since I'm not that big of a Trek fan, maybe it shouldn't. I don't know. But, like Mike was saying, there's really nothing else that we have except the ship launching. We didn't get any like story beats or anything like that. And my biggest issue with this is I don't think that CBS can run a whole entire, I guess you could say, SVOD service off of one show. Because imagine if you were going to order Netflix for the sake of one show. I don't think that's a great business model. I think they should have either went with Hulu or they should have went with Netflix, because I think the market has already spoken on what they're willing to pay for as far as SVOD is concerned. And I know every single station wants to have its own, FX.com or CBS All Access or whatever it may be. But I think it's pretty much like Netflix, Hulu, maybe HBO Go, because HBO shows are so cinematic, maybe. But outside of that, nobody's really, nobody's getting like Fox All Access or NBC to go or whatever they call it.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that they should either put it on normal television, which I think it should be on anyway, even though they're only making 15 episodes, or put it on something like Netflix or something like Hulu, where they can release it weekly or maybe like bi-weekly or something like that, instead of trying to like force people to pay for a service that they don't really want, because Star Trek fans, I don't believe, are the same demographic as CBS fans, meaning like procedurals, Matlock, NCIS, Hawaii Five-0. What else do they have? Maybe Person of Interest, because that does skew sci-fi. But the other stuff is just like procedural stuff. But I guess that's my thoughts.
Okay. Oh, so we also have joined us Colton Hunt. What's going on, man?
Hey everyone, I'm sorry I'm late. My dad and I are watching American Ninja Warrior from yesterday and whatnot. So.
I feel sorry for you. I'm just kidding.
Hey, it's a good show. What I missed.
Well, we were just going over a few things. You don't watch the DC TV shows, right, Colton?
No, I do not. Well, I was watching Supergirl for a time, but I wound up dropping it because I had too much to watch on that day. So I've been meaning to pick it back up. I haven't gotten around to it yet.
All right, but you have seen the Kingdom Come, the Kong Skull Island trailer, right?
Yeah, I did,
Really,
and I found that trailer to be kind of odd. I don't know why. Maybe it's because like they were like building it up to be some sort of big secret and all that jazz about what was going to happen. And like we all know it's King Kong and all that jazz, but
right.
I still think it'll look cool though. Kong still looks impressive, and the cast looks decent enough. And I think seeing Kong, in action with a presumably doomed crew might make for an interesting sort of monster movie, I guess you could say.
Right. And what about the trailer for Legion?
The trailer for Legion, I had no idea what the hell I was watching. It was like a superhero TV show on acid or something like that. It's like I know very little about the character this show is based on. In fact, I didn't even know he existed until today when I was like just randomly going online and I was watching how it should have ended this episode about X-Men Apocalypse, and when they were talking about characters that had children, someone said, yeah, Xavier has a son, his name's Legion or something like that. So I looked up Legion, I'm like, oh, that's the show that's coming on. And I'm like, what the hell am I watching? But it looks like it could be very good, like they're doing something kind of different for the superhero genre, I guess you could say. Whether or not it'll work out, it remains to be seen, but it's caught my attention.
Okay, all right. Well, but of course, have you seen the first look for Star Trek Discovery?
I have not, though. I heard it looked kind of silly.
Yes.
Like one person that I'm friends with, he said that said that he's seen Star Trek fan films with better effects than Star Trek Discovery.
I would say his opinion is not far off because I saw Star Trek fan film. Yeah, it's just like this shit looks better than some. I would argue that some of the shit looks better than some of the stuff in the JJ movies, and also what we saw in this first look.
I've heard that like Discovery isn't going to be available by conventional means or something like that. Like, what's the deal with this Star Trek Discovery?
I mean, I believe it's supposed to be set in the Prime timeline. Like, it's not in the universe of the J.J. Abrams movies, but it's supposed to be set in the older timeline with the first 5 series and the first 10 movies.
No, I was saying that I've heard that the show itself, like, it's not going to be available on TV or something like that. Like, how can people watch it?
They're showing the first episode in this January on CBS, and then they're showing the rest of them on CBS All Access. So you're going to have to pay a $5.99 subscription.
That feels like such a, I don't know, like thievery, I guess you could say. I mean, Star Trek is coming back to TV for the first time in years, and they're making us have to pay to see it. It's like, I don't know. I mean, Star Trek Enterprise already put a bad enough taste in people's mouths and what have you.
Words of Tom Numi Singh from Hell's Heart, I stab at thee.
Oh, wow. Shut the fuck up. Season 3 and 4 of Enterprise were great.
I know. Well, the damage is already done.
We came out of nowhere with that one.
The damage has already been done, Paul, by that point.
Oh, and Chris, there have actually been 6 Star Trek series.
We're not counting the animated series.
The animated series, it counts. I don't give a fuck.
It's a technicality.
I have to admit, I only watched bits and pieces of Enterprise, but like almost anytime I see someone bring up Enterprise, they're always talking about how about it being bad.
Well, Enterprise sucks for the first 2 seasons. Then
they swapped out Uhura for a talking cat lady.
Wait, what?
In the animated series.
The animated series. Star Trek the animated series.
I never saw the animated series.
It's on Netflix. No one did. Go watch it.
I don't do Netflix.
What?
I'm kidding, Paul.
No, I'm talking to Colton. He doesn't have Netflix?
I've never gotten around to it.
Dude, you need to get with it, man. Like,
how do you get around to Netflix? Like, it's a website.
Bro!
You just type it in.
It's going to cost me, though.
Yeah, so what? It's like $8 a month. Big whoop.
You sad sack of shit.
Hey!
You guys
don't have Netflix? You don't have a Blu-ray player? You don't have a PS3 or PS4, Xbox One? What is the matter with how do you live?
I had a PS3 that it died on me years ago.
Get another one! Get a PS5! Get with the program, for God's sake!
You're not a nerd, you're a turd!
Okay, Paul. Take a chill pill, man.
Where? Like, you guys have ignited Paul for this show.
Oh, I need to stop.
Sorry about that, Paul. I had a PS3, but it just one day stopped working for me.
Get a PS4 then. I mean, come on, they're like $350 now.
Hey,
get cheaper.
my little brother has a PS3 and a PS4.
So do I.
I mean, let me stop.
Paul,
I have both those too.
Does this mean you have to run and smash your head into the wall this time?
What?
What?
Well, instead of Chris running, getting all mad and pissed off and running into the wall, that means you have to do it this time.
No, Mike. Chris only does that when I do this to him.
Okay, here's what we call poetic justice.
Oh, okay. Can't be muted anymore. Oh, he muted Paul.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, Karma's a bitch. You can pay back the bitch, ain't it? Huh?
We can't see Paul's face. Never mind. He just unmuted himself.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Hey,
you
Paul, put it down.
Hey.
Put it down, Paul. I got my own toy weapon.
The fuck? That's just pitiful right there, Paul.
Oh boy.
Hey, word.
You know what? Screw you.
All right, let's go. Let's move on.
All right, there you go. Moving on. All right. Did we
What
discuss? Huh? Oh, cool.
What else has been talked about?
Did we discuss the Fantastic Beasts of Where Ryan trailer? Right?
No.
Oh, we haven't.
Have we talked about Justice League yet?
No.
No, we will be getting to it.
Glad I didn't.
No doubt, we'll be getting to that. So hold your horses. Also, a new trailer a Comic-Con trailer for Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them has been released, and it is a trailer for the spin-off film of the Harry Potter film series. You know, and I like this. I love that they're expanding the canvas of this whole thing. And of course, you know, the Harry Potter series is based on the books by J.K. Rowling. And of course, you know, everyone knows about Harry Potter, the boy who lived, the wizard who goes through this magical school. I mean, Harry Potter has been very much a foreign part of pop culture at this point. I mean, I, like many, were kind of melancholic when the series ended back in 2000 when
2011. I
yeah, I
think.
mean, the film series ended in 2011, and the film series ended in 2011. The book series ended in 2007. Yeah, I mean, like everyone, I was a bit melancholic that the series, you know, ended. You know, I wanted to see more tales from the Wizarding World, and here's where we're going to get it. You know, if it does follow, the plot does follow, you know, Newt Scamander. I mean, he's a wizard who's what they call a maziologist, which is a study of magical creatures. And let's just say, the creatures he brings to New York City run amok, and he has to clean up a very big mess. I mean, I like the trailer. I definitely like what I see from it looks like a whole. I mean, it looks like a whole thing, a whole new thing apart from the whole Harry Potter series. I mean, I haven't seen much of Eddie Redmayne's work, but I was very unfortunate to see him in fucking Jupiter Ascending. I don't know how I survived looking at that movie. Okay, let me stop. But yeah, I like this trailer. I mean, it does kind of. I got goosebumps all. It's just like looking at it, you know, just like it just reminds me how when I read the books and seen the movies and everything like that, you know. And everyone doesn't know the title of the movie is part of a standard textbook which Harry Potter has in the book series, you know, definitely. And the interesting thing about this, I mean, I don't mean to be a Potter nerd or anything like that, but you know, the title, the protagonist of this movie, Newt Scamander, I think his grandson is married to Luna Lovegood, you know. I think that's her name. Yeah. But that's a little far from besides the point. The trailer for me, 2 thumbs up for me. I can't wait to see this. You know, even though Eddie Redmayne to me does remind me a bit of Doctor Who. I mean, I just can't wait to see this movie. I can't wait to see more out of that Wizarding World, definitely. Paul, you have no interest in this, right?
Harry Potter never done anything for me, so no, I have no interest in this.
You white.
Okay. I hate to do this. I hate to do this, but I really hate to do this, but you know. Okay. All right. Colton, you saw the trailer. You saw the trailer, right?
Yeah,
okay.
I did.
Yeah. What were your overall thoughts?
I think that Fantastic Beasts looks like a movie that will be really creative and kind of by the numbers at the same time. It's like we've got we're seeing a different side of the Wizarding World. It looks like we're going to see more of what Wizarding law enforcement's like. We'll obviously see some creative magical creatures and all that jazz, but there's also the plot. There also seems to be a plot point of someone trying to like figure out that wizards exist expose wizards and all that jazz, and obviously that's not going to pan out, given what we've seen well, they're obviously not exposed in Harry Potter, but it still looks like something that'll be fun. We'll see more experienced magic from experienced wizards and all that jazz. I also like a small touch they had where the Muggles are called no mages. It sounds like in this movie instead of Muggles and all that jazz. Yeah, I like that. And overall, just an interesting trailer. Eddie Redmayne, I haven't really seen him act ever, or well, not ever. But I've never seen him in a leading role before, but he looks like he'll get the job done in this movie. However, so I'm looking forward to this movie.
Okay, all right, pretty interesting. Mike, you saw the trailer. What were your thoughts?
Me or Mike G?
I mean, Mike G. Mike G.
Okay. Yeah, I saw the trailer. It looked really cool, actually. The teaser got me interested, but it didn't really give me anything more to the story. This one gave me more to the story. I mean, Colin Farrell looks like a complete badass with that wand, which is cool. Colin Farrell is cool in pretty much everything he's in. Yeah, I mean, we got. I mean, oddly enough, for a movie based around Newt Scamander, he really wasn't in the trailer a whole lot, which was interesting. But I do like that they kind of play out that there are actually like Muggles that are actively going against the wizards in this one. It kind of gives that feel that in the Harry Potter movies, the Muggles are always just kind of like off to the side. We don't want them to see wizards. If we do, we'll just like deal with their memories. But they're there. We'll just ignore them. This one, they're actually turning into an active part of the movie. So that should be interesting. I'm looking forward to this movie.
Okay, all right, cool. All right, Mike Young, did you see the trailer for it?
Yes, I did.
What were your thoughts on it?
Now, first off, I'm not a fan of Harry Potter.
Thank you.
But I understand I understand why people like it. I'm just not into kind of like the way they do magic. I'm just not into it. But as far as the trailer, looking at the trailer, it seems like if you liked Harry Potter at all, you're gonna love this. It seems like it follows the same kind of style guide. Well, I mean, I guess it wouldn't be considered style guide, but the same tone of the earlier films. Yeah. It's definitely got like the same kind of feel. And this, the creatures that they did show us look the same. The only thing I'm worried about, since I probably won't be going to see it, but I'm not sure, is that I feel like they may have shown us the third act in the trailer, which is something that I'm highly against with trailers. But I think this should be right up anyone's alley, especially if they're into Harry Potter already. It's got the original Arthur J.K.'s writing it. The production quality looks through the roof. You got some dope actors on it. I think it's in good hands. This thing is going to make so much money. It's not even funny. It's going to make so much money. And this is coming from someone who I saw two. There's one I saw there was a big snake at the end, and then I saw another one where he goes underwater and saves some girls or something. That's all I've seen.
What do you mean by you don't like the way they do magic?
Like kind of like just the wand and everything. I'm more I'm trying to think of similar to I like when magicians or wizards or witches or whatever use more of their hands instead of like a little stick. It's just I don't know. It's just not my. Sorry.
I understand what you mean.
The way Gandalf does magic, with that staff of his.
I don't like Gandalf because he always leaves people when they need him. And then also, all right, if you're coming up to a dark forest and we know that you have eagles that can fly us over this forest, why are you leaving? Why are you leaving? You were the worst friend in the world. You were the worst friend. We didn't have to do all this walking. You had an airplane. We could have just flown there. You were he is the worst friend. All right, he is a bad guy.
Well, I can excuse them not flying in the original Lord of the Rings trilogy because obviously they would have gotten shot down on the way there. But in the Hobbit trilogy, yeah, there was literally no excuse for why they didn't fly to the Lonely Mountain. Considering that it wasn't
It was a mess, you know.
It's kind of like in the latest Transformers film when Optimus Prime flies off. If I was one of the Autobots, I'd be like, dude, you could fly all the time. So you're just gonna fly and leave, and like pretend like you didn't tell us.
Never asked if I could fly.
I can think of a reason why they didn't use the eagles in the Hobbit movies.
Why?
Bunch of eagles are no match against a dragon.
Well, they're no match against a dragon, but they could have cut down their journey because their journey was pretty dangerous. I think they could have saved a little bit of time getting to their destination and what have you. And I have to run into all those orcs and elves and whatnot.
Well, I mean, the eagles dropped them off at that point, and I mean, if you got a dragon in the area, I don't think you want to get anywhere near them. So.
Fuck.
Okay. I'll retract some of my previous statement, but I still think he held out on us.
Yeah, he did. Like, there's at least. He left them, I think, twice during the main trilogy. It's like
yes.
He's like, do not go on without me, and they're like, we're on a time limit, Gandalf. We have to go on.
It's like, here's this really dangerous forest, but you guys go ahead. I'm gonna do something. I'll be right back.
And he doesn't come back because he gets captured.
Oh man, but back on the Harry Potter. But back on the Harry Potter, I think even though I'm not, super into it, I think that if you do already like Harry Potter, even if you only like one or two of the films, because I know they went through 4 different directors or 3, I can't remember, but however many they went through, it does look very, very. It looks like it should be right up their alley. I think this it's not only going to be a good movie, but I think they'll end up making tons of money. They're already working on the sequel anyway, so this thing will do just fine.
Okie dokie. All right.
Oh, and real quick, I gotta bounce because I have another podcast I have to jump on. But I will holler at you guys hopefully maybe next Tuesday or Tuesday after next. But you guys stay real. Thank you for having me on. Chris, Paul, Colton, Mike, you guys. See y'all later, and remember, Gandalf is not your friend.
Live long and prosper, Mike.
Peace.
Get shot at by elves. Go hang out with a wizard. Peace out. I'm gonna see y'all bitches later. See, that's a smart guy, man. That's why he's been around for so long.
Okay. All right. Well, moving on. I believe there was. On the front of Marvel Television again, I believe we had a teaser for Luke Cage. Yeah. And I'm probably gonna kick myself in the ass for this, but I have not seen any of the Netflix show, the Marvel shows.
I haven't seen them either. I saw the first 3 episodes of Jessica Jones, but I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen any of Daredevil though.
Oh my! Nice!
That deserved a mute.
I agree 100%.
Agree with what?
That Mike
You two
and Chris
should be banished to the fan zone for life. Both of you.
You should be banished to your room, so you have to watch some shows on Netflix.
Yes.
Hey, don't kick me yet. I've been wanting to watch these shows. I just haven't got the subscription.
No excuse.
Shut. You know what?
So wait a minute. I mean, weren't you getting on me for not doing Netflix earlier?
Yeah. I'm sorry for that. But I'm going to get on you about the Blu-ray player. That's
working on it. Working on it.
Okay, Colton, just get another PS4 and you'll be fine because it doubles as a Blu-ray player, so you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, but as we were saying about Luke Cage, damn, baby, I like it raw, baby, I like it. Okay, but still, baby, I like it raw. I mean, it's like, I'm not sure about maybe that wasn't the appropriate song to use for that whole teaser. I mean, but you know, the whole for the whole look and everything, dude is fierce. It was like he can whoop some ass. And he's just so goddamn unstoppable. I mean, he's just like so goddamn unstoppable. And dude, it's just like, oh man. I mean, I need to get that next subscription because you know, I mean, man, this looks so fucking incredible. It continues the great streak that Marvel's been doing with bringing some of their lesser known properties to television. You know, of course we got Daredevil and Jessica Jones, which I heard Jessica Jones was fucking awesome. And
It is.
Huh?
It is. It's fucking awesome.
I can't wait to see that as well. This is like, and also we got a little teaser for the Defenders. You know,
Neat.
and I said to myself, really neat. And we also apparently got you know a teaser for Iron Fist, a brief of it, and you know, not a whole lot to go on, but you know, like I said, they look interesting. You know, and the Defenders is coming out in 2017, I believe. I believe it's the whole miniseries events will be coming in
next year.
Yeah, next year, 2017. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, even though it hasn't been, you know, there hasn't obviously been the footage shot. I mean, of course, you know, all three trailers. Yeah, definitely. But the Luke Cage trailer definitely looked badass, and you know, for the brief glimpses we have of it, you know, Iron Fist, you know, looks pretty damn fantastic as well. And I want to get that Netflix subscription so badly. Don't kick me in the ass, guys. Don't condemn me. Don't put me in the stake as a heretic. I will get that subscription somehow. I want to see these shows badly. They do look awesome, especially Luke Cage, and I can't wait to see. I do want to see Defenders. Paul, you saw all three of the trailers, right?
Absolutely.
All right. What were your thoughts?
Well, I mean, you know, Defenders and Iron Fist, I mean, those were simply teasers, so, I mean, I'm not going to say too much on them. I need more, but Luke Cage, I mean, listen, I loved him on Jessica Jones. He was amazing. This trailer only seems to further confirm the fact that he's a total badass. I can't wait for it. Simple as that.
All right, definitely. All right, Mike, what were your thoughts?
There were 4 trailers, by the way.
4 trailers?
Yeah. 4th one was Daredevil Season 3.
Oh, I missed that one.
Oh, damn.
It's there's no footage whatsoever.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then.
It's just a quick teaser announcement thing. But yeah, shimmy shimmy ya shimmy ya shimmy yay. I love that Luke Cage trailer. That was pretty badass. I mean, and I actually think the music was fit perfectly because it just, yeah, I like it raw. He is just a raw. There's no subtlety about him. He just, if you're gonna come at me, I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm gonna pick you up, slam you against the wall, chuck you aside, and I'm gonna walk on. I mean, he just fought off those guys. He didn't care. He just poof, poof, you're done. Poof, you're done. And that's what you want from Luke Cage, dude. He's just
no holds barred.
Oh yeah, he just walks through and you'll kick your ass and then walk on. He doesn't care. I mean, that's the great thing about Luke Cage. That's what we loved him so much in Jessica Jones, which he was in Jessica Jones. Did you know that?
Yes.
Yes, I know.
Yes, I mentioned it.
Yes, I knew that.
No, I was asking Chris if he knew that because
Yes,
he
I
hadn't
knew
seen
that.
other shows.
Don't try to tear at me in this.
But yeah, I mean that one was awesome. The Iron Fist one, it's very much a teaser, but what it does is it tells you who Iron Fist is, because you got a lot of people that have no idea who Iron Fist is. They haven't even introduced him in any of his shows. So
Yeah, I have.
No, he's going to be introduced in the end of.
No, I mean not live action, but I mean he's been on like some animated shows, like for people who watch animated shows.
No, I'm talking about Netflix.
Okay, yeah. You're right about that.
But yeah, I mean the teaser just tells you he was in an airplane crash. He's found by some monks, and now he can destroy a wall. So that's cool. That's kind of cool. And as for the Defenders, yeah, all we really kind of got out of that is a really cool song, and they're going to be going against the Hand. Cool.
Okay, all right. Okie dokie. Colton, did you see these teasers?
Yeah, I did. So, like you, I have not seen most of the shows, most of the Netflix shows. I've seen nothing from Daredevil, and I've only seen.
Nice.
Okay, that's
Oh, yeah,
too
that was
funny.
awesome.
Oh
Oh,
no!
yeah, that's the chair.
Oh shit!
Took a page right out of your handbook, Chris.
Oh!
Took a page out of your handbook.
Screw yourself. Okay. Yeah.
Colton, you gotta unmute yourself, Colton. We cannot Okay.
Colton, are you alright?
Yeah, I'll be fine. I was not worried that Mike had the power to mute me. I thought only Christopher Paul had that power, but apparently I was mistaken.
No, yep, we have the power.
Damn!
Truth is, we all have that power.
Nintendo power! Oh, well, sorry, Paul.
No, go for it. Nintendo rocks.
Now, Colton, as you were saying.
Well, anyway, as I was saying, I have seen the first 3 episodes of Jessica Jones. It's just that it was on a very unreliable website, so sometimes it would freeze in the middle of the episode, so I won't be able to finish it. It just got annoying trying to got kind of annoying trying to finish it and then freezing, and especially since Jessica Jones is such a grim show that it was kind of taxing on me mentally and what have you. But aside from that, though, I did like what I saw from Luke Cage in that show, and what we saw in the trailer was undoubtedly badass, as you guys all said. Sweet Christmas, as Luke Cage would say. That was awesome, seeing him just grabbing that car door, walking into that room, walking into that hallway. It's like someone on YouTube said, yeah, another Netflix hallway fight. What else is new? And then he just walks through all those guys, and he just tosses that car door aside and still kicks butt without missing a beat and what have you. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. Iron Fist, I did not really know what to make of that trailer because I have jack squat knowledge of anything Iron Fist related. It's like Guardians of the Galaxy all over again. I have no idea what to expect from this guy, but he looks like he might be cool. Then again, that's the case with most of the Marvel heroes at this point by now, where they keep adapting more and more obscure heroes, and yet they still make them awesome and what have you. So I'm looking forward to that, and who knows? I may have my Netflix subscription by that point, so I'll be able to watch all those shows. And as for the what?
Get on it.
Yes, sir. And as for the Defenders trailer, yeah, it was just the Defenders logo being created by the bits and pieces of the logos from other Marvel heroes, but still, I found that to be creative though, and a good way to get people a little bit hyped. And it's like, you guys can't even save yourselves, and I'm thinking, yeah, they can't, but the Avengers are a tad unavailable right now, so they're the best we've got. Thanks a lot, Baron Zemo.
Alright, but yeah, that was for the upcoming Netflix shows, and then sure, we are anxious to see those, most definitely. Alright, on to DC, the DC film front. Now we got a couple of first look exclusives, mostly from Wonder Woman and Justice League. Now on with the Wonder Woman. And now on with the Wonder Woman trip. Okay.
Wonder Woman. Sorry, that's the London Carter theme. Wrong
New
series.
team's awesome.
Let's not. Yeah, let's not. Let's not mention that.
Okay, somebody needs to mute their.
The London Carter show wasn't bad, at least the first season anyway.
Okay, is anyone playing?
I'm
What?
not playing anything.
I'm not playing anything either.
Because anyone,
Everyone except Colton is getting echoed.
Yeah, I'm hearing that too.
So am I.
Echo!
I'm getting hearing you guys loud and clear. No echoes here.
Huh.
Yeah, I can definitely hear it. I hear my echo. I mean, my accent.
Colton,
Fuck
I'm
you,
gonna.
Google.
All right.
Okay, why did you...
No. Just everyone talk. Does anyone hear an echo now?
No.
I don't.
So I think Colton needs to like get us like headphones or turn down his speakers because that's where we're getting the
Yeah.
echo.
I was gonna say yeah. I was like, I know I'm not. As I said, I know I'm not going crazy. So.
Nah.
Mm.
Colton, you can unmute yourself, but you might want to turn down your speaker.
Are we good now?
Yeah, I believe we are.
Yeah, now we are.
Yeah, we are.
Sorry about that.
All right, going back to the topic at hand, we saw footage from footage that was shown at Comic-Con for the upcoming Wonder Woman movie, and God, I can't wait to see this movie. I just can't wait to see it. Oh my God, the cinematography, the action, everything like that. It's just like it's just like yeah. It looks like from what we see from Gal Gadot, she looks like she's she was one of the best parts of Batman v Superman, without question. But you can tell there was some weak spots in her performance. It needed a little strengthening in areas. It looks like she kind of becomes comfortable and grows into the part. Of course, we have Chris Pine, of course, Captain Kirk of Star Trek fame, as Steve Trevor, and he's been in previous incarnations of Wonder Woman stories, TV shows, anime movies, and so forth and on. This is like the first live action female super volume. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. 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 I mean, sorry about that. I mean, it's a little technical error. Yeah, this could be brushed aside or anything. But as I was saying about Wonder Woman, yeah, I mean, not only does this look like a great period piece, it looks like it looks like a damn great movie. I mean, it looks like a damn great movie. But I will, it just looks awesome. I mean, it definitely does. And there were some great moments here, and especially that line in the end. When with Wonder Woman and Steven, they were talking with her he was talking with her secretary. So where I come from, that's like a form of slavery. It's like, can we move on, ladies, please? I mean, I got it. I mean, that was a kind of delightful and humorous moment of the whole trailer, definitely. To me, it still kind of, it's still kind of, if I have a little bit of a bone to pick with it, it can be a little too serious, not as grimly serious as Batman, as Marvel, as a Man of Steel, Batman v Superman were, but I suppose I can get used to it. And we did see the magic lasso in Batman v Superman, but but we saw it again and just like it looks so damn good. It really does. And of course we got Patty Jenkins directing the movie, and she directed Monster with Charlize Theron. I may have a little bit more faith in this movie than I do Justice League. I'm still getting over and going. I'm still trying to recover from my trauma from seeing Batman v Superman, but I do want to see this movie. Maybe I'm not as excited, but I still want to see this. Paul, we saw the first look. Did you go?
Talking to me?
Yeah.
Wonder Woman?
Yes.
Yes, I saw it.
All right. What were your thoughts?
Simply put, it's fucking awesome. I mean, when we did our review of Batman v Superman, I said that one of the standouts of that movie was Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. She was fantastic. I I'm still a little iffy about her build. Like, I don't think she's got the muscle building up, but she got the face of Wonder Woman. And you look at her face, like, she's Wonder Woman.
Yes.
And, you know, yeah, I'm totally excited for this movie. It looks amazing. I'm so excited to get Chris Pine doing something. But yeah, I cannot wait for this movie. This is going to be exciting. I mean, Gal Gadot single-handedly got me excited for this Wonder Woman movie, and yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be I got a feeling this is going to be a great movie. The armor looks better.
Yes.
I'll say that the armor looks better. She looks badass. Again, this is going to be a load of fun, I can tell. I have a good feeling about this one.
Okay, all right. Okay, cool. Mike, what about you? I mean, you saw the first look. What were your thoughts?
I like this trailer a lot. Yeah, I mean, it definitely showcases what a complete badass Wonder Woman is, which, I mean, we got a little bit of snippet of that from the end of Batman v Superman, but this is going to just showcase the entire movie. Yeah, she is a badass. She can go toe-to-toe with any of the heroes on the Justice League, and she can probably kick all their asses too. I mean, yeah, the action scenes were awesome. I mean, when that Amazon kind of like jumps backwards with a bow drawn and does it lets loose 2 arrows at once, that was just an awesome shot right there. Yeah, I mean the little bits of humor here and there, I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, so you've never seen another guy? What about your father? No, I was just brought to life by Zeus. Huh. Well, that's neat. That was just a great little line. If I had one issue with it, is I think it went on a little bit too long. I mean, it's odd given how much I love the trailer that I felt it was longer, but I mean for a first look trailer, it went through the whole thing, and then it had that awesome action scene in the room where she's like taking out all those like soldiers. I think while that does demonstrate what a badass she is, I also felt it kind of delayed the end of the trailer a little bit. I think they could have cut that and saved it for maybe the second trailer, because we already got a lot of badass Wonder Woman right there. We don't need to blow our whole load in one shot. So I think they could have cut that bit about back, and it would have been a perfect trailer for me. But other than that, it was a really, really good one.
All right, absolutely. Colton, hopefully everything's technically straightened out over there. I mean, you saw the trailer. You saw the footage, right?
Yes. Am I coming in good now?
Yeah, you coming in good.
All right. Yeah, I saw the trailer, and I think it might have been my favorite trailer of the ones that I saw. Like most of you all said, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman was one of the better parts of Batman v Superman. I mean, seeing Wonder Woman kicking butt was awesome. So it's gonna be even cooler to see her kicking butt in her own solo movie and what have you, where she doesn't feel tacked on and all that.
Exactly.
And this is probably the most hyped they've been for a movie in the DC extended universe, or extended or expanded, or in the DC universe thus far, I think. And I think one of my favorite parts of the trailer was at the very end where she meets Steve's secretary, and she's like, "What's a secretary?" And she's like, "I want to do what he tells me to do." And she's like, "Where I'm from, that's called slavery." And then the secretary says, "I like her, I really do." I'm thinking, yep, so do I. And the action, I mean, yeah, the trailer, we could say that the trailer focused a little too much on spectacle, but the spectacle was still pretty cool, and I like seeing. I think it's like some of the best choreographed action of the DC universe so far, and getting to see some of the other Amazons in action was pretty badass as well. And I think Chris Pine will be pretty cool in the role of Steve, and I hope we get to maybe see more of him as opposed to him kind of succumbing to the Peggy Carter syndrome, where he's only there for one film and then has to be pushed into the back burner because he obviously can't join Wonder Woman in the present day and what have you. And let's see here. And I thought the humor was pretty good too. Like, one issue I had with the Justice League trailer was that its humor felt kind of off-putting and what have you, but the humor in the Wonder Woman trailer felt pretty natural. So I'm looking forward to this movie.
Okay, all right, definitely.
I also like her armor as well. I think it has a bit more color to it than it did in BBS and what have you, and it looks It looks practical without like deviating too much from what we expect from Wonder Woman's armor, I guess you could say.
Right, definitely. And also, we saw exclusive footage that was seen at Comic-Con for Justice League. Interesting. Especially when we see the likes of characters like Aquaman, Cyborg, and The Flash. Now, Aquaman, wow. It's like, even though we got that brief glimpse of him in Batman v Superman, which I was not too thrilled about. Let's just say, this guy carries a lot of baggage, I guess. Yeah, I mean, Jason Momoa looks fucking awesome. And of course, he's like, throwing Bruce up against the wall. It's like this dude is a beast, man. It's like somebody bred. Oh man, he just looks freaking. It just looks freaking awesome. He said, Arthur Curry. I hear you can talk to fish. I love that whole bit. I mean, the trailer does have this. I mean, it's not totally packed with light-hearted moments, but it does have a few bit. Some of them do feel a little bland, a little off, but it's needed. I mean, because Marvel's basically, you got Marvel and Man of Steel, Batman v Superman. Let's just say they're not known for their lighthearted moments. So it just needs some added levity, especially with something like Justice League. And of course, the whole fan community was not too enamored with those movies, But from what we see, it looks like a step in the right direction, most definitely. It looks like they got everything right. But I'm still skeptical. I'm still, of course, people are not enamored with Zack Snyder, what he done with those two movies. They're going to have to prove a lot. I mean, they got wrong for these two movies. And they have, like I said, Marvel's been, doing this for almost a decade. They have to find their footing. It's just like, I'm not as excited. I want to be excited. I mean, hopefully it doesn't let me down, but I'm still, at the same time, I'm still kind of skeptical. But I will see these movies. Okay, Paul, what were your thoughts on the footage that was shown?
Well, the footage that they showed us of Justice League, I don't know. It was really mixed for me. I mean, Batman was cool as always. I liked the new look he seems to be looking. Aquaman, total badass. He's gonna own this fucking movie. I just know it. Cyborg, didn't really see too much of him. Looks okay. We'll see. Flash, though, I'm sorry, I'm not buying it. I mean, first of all, his costume sucks. I hate that armored look.
Come on.
I hate that armored look, and
it's better than the TV show.
Bullshit.
Yes. No shit. Don't even think about it.
Well, he took care of that. Yeah. I'm sorry, but he's not doing it for me.
You say you say the costume for the TV show is better than
yes, it is.
You say the costume for the TV show is better than the one for this movie. Yeah. That's nice. Yeah.
The armor look sucks, and Ezra Miller, I'm not buying him. I'm not buying him.
Go fuck yourself.
And I'm trying not to compare him to Grant Gustin because I know it's choose everything, but I'm sorry. I'm not buying him. It's not working for me. It just isn't.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And then of course, the fact that Zack Snyder is directing this is giving me no hope because the guy's a fucking joke. I'm sorry. He can't direct a good movie. Yeah, I don't know. I wish I was more excited for this movie, but I don't trust Warner Brothers right now. I just don't. I think they're rushing it. I mean, that's really the problem. They're rushing this development. They rushed Justice League to us. We should not be getting it right now. We just shouldn't. That's all I gotta say. They're rushing it. I'm too nervous about this movie. I hope they prove me wrong. I don't see it happening though.
Yeah, I can understand your skepticism. I can understand your hesitation that they might not get this right. Definitely. All right, Mike. What about you? What were your thoughts?
Well, as opposed to Paul, this was actually my favorite trailer of Comic-Con. I love this bit. I mean, this was. I mean, for all the problems that I had with BVS, this one just seemed to fix a good portion of those. I mean, and just this tone, and, throwing in those levities, which for me all the jokes actually did hit. I thought they were great. I mean, the biggest issue I had was Cyborg. The CG looked a little wonky to me, but you know what? This early, I'm not really expecting perfection, so I'm going to give him another year, obviously, to fix those up. The Flash scene, I loved it. For me, this Ezra Miller is kind of playing the Flash version that if Grant Gustin's Flash did not have all the friends he had, if he was doing it like all on his own, maybe he would be the Ezra Miller Flash, because we get that line from Ezra Miller saying, "I need friends." He doesn't have anybody right now. He is all on his own. Whereas Grant Gustin's Flash, he's got his whole group, he's got his whole family. They're supporting him. So it's a different version of the Flash, and I'm interested in seeing where it goes. The Flash armor, not a huge fan of, but I fully admit I have not seen nearly enough of it to really. I mean, we saw that quasi scene in BVS, and we saw like a half a second scene in the trailer. I mean, that's not enough to give me enough to really form a definitive opinion about whether or not I can learn to like it or not. The back and forth between Bruce Wayne and Wonder Woman there, that more or more less. Say more or less. He said no, he said no. That was perfect. I mean, the timing was just perfect in that one for me. So yeah, I'm for as much as I quite dislike BVS, I am really, really looking forward to this Justice League movie. I'm not a fan of Zack Snyder at all, but I have a feeling that the studio was like, you know what, Zack, we like what you did there, but how about we have all these people here look over your shoulder and make sure you're doing it just right.
Yeah, Jeff Johns.
Exactly. Jeff Johns, Ben Affleck. I have a feeling that they're like, all right, Zack, let's pull you back a little bit, and let's throw out these other lines as well.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe we're a bit off the deep end with BVS.
Yeah, they are hedging their bets big time, and I think it's the right move. So right. I am really excited for Justice League.
Yeah, you could be right about that. Yeah, he definitely needs somebody to restrain him, keep him a little grounded. Because BVS, most of the problems I think lied with him. There was just too much. It was weighed down by too many unnecessary plots and stuff and so on. Too much unnecessary filler. That really, I think that points to him. I think they need somebody. They need people to, keep him in touch. Definitely if they're going to be able to make this work. Okay, Colton, what about you? What was your thoughts on the footage?
Well, there are definitely some distinctly Zack Snyder-ish moments throughout the trailer, like when Bruce first confronts Flash and goes into that. He starts to go into a bit of a long-winded speech about how he needs his help with him, but then Flash cuts him off and says, "Stop right there, I'm in." You have to wonder if that was like, I don't know, maybe Ezra Miller's idea or something like that. But I do like that we're getting some levity in the DC extended universe and all that jazz. Well, it looks like we're getting it already with with Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman, but Snyder's movies have been pretty dour so far in terms of tone and all that jazz, and with the characters being defined by their deconstructions. So I like that they're getting a bit more personality past the doom and gloom and all that jazz. And I did like there were some jokes in this trailer. I mean, I felt like some of them were a tad off-putting. Like Snyder still isn't really sure how to film jokes well, but I mean, we're still like a year away from this movie, so the timing will probably be better once we get to the actual film and see what else did I like. But I did find the part of the Flash scene to be a tad awkward when Bruce throws that batarang at Flash, and at first I thought it was okay. Like he goes into super speed mode, he sees that it's a batarang, but then it takes like much longer to actually grab the thing. I'm like, okay, you've seen that it's a batarang. Why don't you just grab the thing so we can move the scene on and what have you? But he just stands there for maybe 7 or 8 seconds or so just staring at the thing, and I'm like, how?
He's trying to decide what he wants to do. Does he want to reveal himself, or does he want to still, play the fool? Does he want to get involved in this or not?
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. I did like how he said, "Can I keep this?" How he asked if he can keep the batarang after he got it. And I'm a bit mixed on his armor because on one hand, I think the armor looks cool and it is practical to have that in a combat scenario, but it also might not be practical for him since he needs all the speed he can get, and armor would obviously weigh him down. But I guess we'll see how it functions once we see the film. Though I am also wondering, he looks absolutely nothing like he did in that completely out of nowhere nightmare scene from BVS, but then again, I would love to forget about that nightmare scene, so no harm, no foul. And I was kind of disappointed that we didn't see Aquaman punch Bruce for that fish comment. He's like, I hear you talk to fish, and he'll probably punch him in the actual movie, but still, it's like, man, Aquaman cannot shake that fish thing, can he?
But it's true. He can talk to fish.
Yes, that's true. He can
It's not an insult. It's just a fact.
I do feel like I am trying my best to not compare this movie to the Avengers, though. It's like I don't want to think about the Avengers when seeing this film because I am rooting for Justice League. I really do want it to succeed. It's like, despite my issues with the BVS aside, I do want to see Justice League actually do well and all that jazz, and I don't want to compare it to how Marvel did their universe and all that jazz. Even though I do agree with Paul that it does feel like we're just getting Justice League too soon, even though we have Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman before and what have you.
All right. Colton, I'm going to show you something, okay? I'm going to show you something. I understand not wanting to compare it to the Avengers, and you're right, you shouldn't. Here's what you should compare them to. All this right here. This is where DC's ultimate talent is. All these Justice League movies right here. This is where the magic is. These movies right here, like especially, look at all this. I got Christ on Tours, New Frontier, Doom, Flashpoint Paradox, War, Throne of Atlantis, Gods and Monsters, First 15 Time. I mean, this is where DC is at their fucking best. So, if you want to compare Justice League to anything, you need to compare them to these movies right here because these are fucking goals. These are some of the best stuff I have ever seen. Like, a lot of these movies are better, in my opinion, than Marvel's library. This is where DC's talent is. I don't think I go far to say they're better than Marvel's movies, but this is where DC's genius is. They need to bring this level of effort, this level of talent to the live-action movie. That is the only way they're going to be able to stand up to Marvel. They need to bring this level of talent, creativity, and effort to the extended universe. That's me, but that's me. But if you've seen these movies, you'd understand why.
I know what you mean. I've seen some things, some of DC's work, some of DC's animated work and all that jazz, and I'm a big fan of the Justice League animated cartoon, from way back in the day. That's still badass.
Yeah, it is. I own the whole thing.
Among other things. And also, that scene between Bruce and Flash, it actually reminded me of the scene where Tony Stark came to recruit Spider-Man in Civil War and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Only with Civil War, he's like, there's a meme on the internet where Spider-Man says, I have homework, whereas Flash says, stop right there, I'm in. It's like Flash is eager to join, while Spider-Man actually says he has homework and whatnot. Have we talked about him at all during this? Have you guys talked about him yet?
Not yet.
Okay. But yeah, Justice League, so far I'm after seeing the trailer, I'm more or less on board, more. For the trailer, I'm on board right now. So hopefully, when we get to see more footage, my fears will be a little bit tempered once we see more. Hopefully, my fears will be a little bit more tempered after we see more footage and whatnot. Hopefully, they'll get some of their editing and pacing a bit more down. But what we've seen so far, I think it works. So.
Okay. All right, definitely. Yeah. Probably in this movie, Aquaman's abilities will be relegated to going into the kitchen and making them a bunch of tuna sandwiches. So, okay, I need to stop. I need to stop.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, it's Aquaman. Fish jokes are. Hopefully that maybe Cyborg will throw a fish joke at him or two, like he did in Smallville and whatnot, where Cyborg says at least to be dolphin safe, and Aquaman's like fish jokes. That's all I ever get are fish jokes. Speaking of Cyborg, yeah, I do agree that his CG looks a little dodgy, but they're still a year away from the film, so they're still perfecting their effects and whatnot.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Next topic we're going to be discussing is Doctor Strange.
Teach me.
Woo! Stephen Strange, have you never looked better? You know, Benedict Cumberbatch, man. I mean, I'll tell you, yeah. I seen like at least 2 episodes of Sherlock. Who doesn't love Benedict Cumberbatch? I mean, he seems quite at home in this role, definitely. You know, I can. I mean, if they are going to put him in the 2-part Avengers finale, which is probably a certainty at this point, still can be uncertain. I can't wait to see him play off Robert Downey Jr. If he's going to be, I really want to see him play off Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark. But yeah, this thing, oh my God, just blew my effing mind, man. It's just like, oh my God, it's just like, yeah, Doctor Strange is one of the lesser known properties of Marvel, but they looks like they may have hold up a whole home run with this. You know, like you said, with Marvel, you know, they managed to diversify, go into various different areas, you know, because we see space opera with Guardians of the Galaxy, the heist film with Ant-Man, but this is a full-blown fantasy movie, you know, like expanding yourself into other horizons. We're going into other various portals, dimensions. It's a bit trippy, and of course it does remind me a bit of Inception. It's just like it's just like. I mean, this whole scope of this thing is just incredible. And of course, they got a great cast: Tilda Swinton, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Mads Mikkelsen, Rachel McAdams. I don't think we get a strong sense of what the story is. You know. Maybe I would have one more trick to make up my mind. We're probably, you know, they're probably not going to come up with another trailer. But one thing I had a little problem with was with the Wi-Fi joke. Like, can you come up with anything possibly even more corny? But other than that, great trailer. I can't wait to see it. It's just like the whole thing looks dope. It just looks it's so dizzying looking, that whole thing. Paul, you saw the trailer, right?
Oh hell yeah! I would not miss that for the world. I was waiting for that.
Damn.
As you all know, I do not see 3D films. I don't see the appeal of 3D. I've never cared much for 3D. I don't like 3D. That being said, I think I may make an exception for this film because holy shit, this looks fucking trippy as hell. Like this looks like a film you need to see in 3D. So I may make an exception and see this movie in 3D because it just looks that visual incredible. Aside from that, it just looks like an amazing movie. I mean, we finally get a good look at Benedict Cumberbatch as the Sorcerer Supreme. He looks fantastic. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah, this movie. Marvel's done it again. I'm telling you, even before the movie comes, I just know Marvel has done it again. These motherfuckers do not fail anymore. They do not know how to fail anymore. I am so excited for this movie. Oh my god. This I can't wait for. I cannot wait for this. Bring on Doctor Strange.
Yes, I have a massive. I have a massive hard-on for this trailer as well. Damn. All right, Mike, you saw the trailer.
Oh yeah, I saw this trailer, and you know what? I actually really enjoyed the joke at the end. I think it threw that in there so that, you know what, this is still a Marvel movie. It's still gonna have a little touches of humor. Here's one of them. I really had fun with that one. But yeah, I mean this movie is gonna be a trip out of amazing proportions. I actually was lucky enough to see not this trailer, but the first trailer in 3D. I saw when I went and saw Zootopia. I saw Zootopia in 3D, and they threw this trailer in before the first trailer before that. And Paul, absolutely, you need to see this movie in 3D because the scenes where like the hallway is kind of folding in on itself. The 3D, it gives you like there are so many different layers to that. It was amazing to see in 3D, and I mean, yeah, I can't stand 3D movies. I will make an exception for this one because this one is designed for that, and more power to them. I love. I've been a fan of Sherlock since the first season. Benedict Cumberbatch is perfect at that, and I cannot wait till November. This is going to be so awesome. I am so desperately looking forward to this one.
Oh my God, damn, Benedict Cumberbatch. This is like, he's a master among actors. Yeah, he's definitely one of the best. Definitely in the top 10 actors. Yeah. All right, Colton, you saw the trailer. What were your thoughts?
Yep. So, like I said in a previous discussion we had for Doctor Strange, it looked like Doctor Strange is going to be every special effects team's wet dream, and this trailer just confirmed it. It's like the special effects team is not letting. The effects team is not letting up. They are like giving it everything they've got and what have you. And yeah, it's as trippy as all hell. I mean, I would feel bad for anyone that has like, I don't know, vertigo or motion sickness or something watching this movie, because it's probably going to be.
Oh yeah. Especially with 3D, those 3D glasses, they may give.
Yeah, I might make an exception for this movie also regarding the 3D. I haven't really thought about it yet, but yeah, it does look like something that could actually benefit from the third dimension and whatnot. Benedict Cumberbatch, he looks like he'll be very good in the role. I mean, we've already had him be badass as Khan in the Abrams verse, and as Smaug in The Hobbit 2, and in The Hobbit: The Desolation of Smaug and The Battle of the Five Armies. And one thing that I am kind of disappointed about, though, is that it looks like this trailer is implying that Baron Mordo is going to be suffering going to be like Sinestro was in Green Lantern, where he's a future villain that starts off as an ally of the hero or something like that, maybe. And because it's Chiwetel Ejiofor, we all know that Marvel gets a lot of flack for their villains, and I feel like having Chiwetel Ejiofor being Strange's first bad guy will be able to sort of quell that be a way to sort of, I don't know, for Marvel to start really pushing themselves away from that criticism and what have you. I mean, we've already had Zemo, so I felt like they would start to really put more in Civil War, so I thought maybe they'd start putting a bit more effort into their bad guys, but it looks like he might be getting the typical villain for Doctor Strange. I mean, I don't know for sure yet, because the trailer only gave us like a few glimpses of him. But it does look like it will still be a force to be reckoned with, and Chiwetel Ejiofor in general was still pretty cool as Mordo. Like, I like the Wi-Fi joke at the end, because it's like Marvel, it's what they do best, you know? They managed to find some pretty good ways to inject humor into their stories that don't feel like they're contrasting with the kind of film that they're trying to be and what have you.
You're not
what?
You mentioned the Green Lantern movie. Go stand in the corner.
Go. Kick yourself straight in the ass for.
No, Colton, you don't have to do that.
Okay, you can come back now.
Get your ass over here.
But let that be a lesson for you. Never mention that movie again.
Yes, Mike.
Ever.
Anyway, though.
Mike, did you ever come back? You ever expect to come back to this show? Don't ever mention that movie.
Anyway, yeah, controversy aside with the Ancient One and everything, I've gotten past that now, and it looks like she'll be pretty. What's the name of the actress again? That's playing the Ancient One. Yeah, she looks like I've gotten past the controversy now, and it looks like she'll be doing a good job as the Ancient One in this movie. And let's see what else. Overall, it looks like it'll just be a pretty cool film, and hoping that maybe we'll see another Infinity Stone interview in this movie. Probably the Soul Gem, I think, given what this movie is about and all that jazz.
Apparently, in the panel, they did show a clip where they, it's the Ancient One and Stephen Strange's first meeting, and they do say that the Ancient One is just a title. There have been many other Ancient Ones before her, and there will be more after her. So, for me, I kind of figured they'd be doing something like that. I mean, they're not just going to take, it's Asian in the comics, and we don't want an Asian actor, so let's do this. No, there's a reason for this.
Well, the Ancient One, yeah, I'm aware that the Ancient One's the title. Like, they did that in the comics. But from what I've heard, their reasoning for not wanting to do the Asian Ancient One was because they said that the Ancient One from that time was like a racist stereotype or something. And like what I was thinking, I've heard people say, well, you could still have the Asian Ancient One and not have it be a stereotype. But no harm, no foul at this point. I'm gonna let it go and just hopefully enjoy the film.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, yeah, definitely. Yeah, Doctor Strange is definitely on our radar.
I definitely need to see the animated movie. I get to see it.
It's pretty good. It is pretty good.
I have it. I just need to get around to seeing it.
I've only seen Doctor Strange once, and well, I've seen him like once or twice in comics, but the only time I've seen him in like anything major was in Spider-Man the Animated Series, where he made his debut in the third season premiere and what have you.
I can't. I just had to ignore that 1978 TV movie version, but we won't go further into that.
Wait, there was a TV movie for Doctor Strange?
Yes, in the 70s.
Oh, he had the best white man afro ever. He was Dr. Strange.
I'm gonna have to look for that.
No! It's like the Star Wars Holiday Special. It's like,
Oh, I've never seen the holiday special.
it's an assault on the senses.
Or the 1990s Captain America with the Italian red skull.
Oh god. And, oh my god. Yeah. 3-year trial. Oh my god. But moving on. We will. Another piece regarding the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Another piece of news broke out there is that Kurt Russell, legendary actor, is going to be playing Ego, the Living Planet, and he's also Star-Lord's father. Yes, and he will be playing that role in the upcoming sequel, and also apparently Sylvester Stallone will have a role in this movie as well.
You know, I've always had a feeling. I wonder what Sly could do if he ever joined the MCU. Like, what character could Sly play?
I don't know.
What character could someone that can do someone as badass and humble as Rocky and someone as over the top and action cliched as Judge Dredd? What could he do in the Marvel universe?
All I'm gonna say is, if they don't make a Tango and Cash reference, it'll be the most worst thing that they could possibly do. They need to make a Tango and Cash reference.
Okay.
Did that just go over all you guys' heads?
How about a Cobra reference?
Yeah,
No, wait,
I
wait.
never saw
Tango and Cash was like a buddy cop movie starring Kurt Russell and Sylvester Stallone.
That would be interesting.
And Sylvester Stallone was the funny one.
I think this is it. I think I found the ~78 Doctor Strange movie.
Oh God.
I'm looking at the photo of him right now. That's really him. Wow, this looks like it's gonna be bad. I'm gonna have to watch that at some point.
They apparently made a Wonder Woman TV movie, but we won't go into that in the 70s. But it wasn't started under Carter, but we won't go into that. Going on, we'll be staying on the topic at hand, and what that is the casting of Kurt Russell in the Guardians of the Galaxy sequel. Obviously, in the comics, Ego is as I said, he's a living planet, and he was introduced in the 132nd issue of Thor. In '66, he was created by Jack Kirby, and his concept came from, when he was fascinated with the universe, so forth and so on. Ego, the alien Kree, and the creation of Galactus. That was basically him trying to create his own space age mythology, basically. And like I said, he's basically he's Star Wars' dad. Yeah, I wonder how they're gonna fit that into the story exactly. I wonder how they're going to explain that. I'm not really sure. But Kurt Russell, like I said, he's known for Hollywood history, of course. And he was, of course, Snake Plissken in the Escape movies from John Carter, one of Mike's favorite movies, I think. And of course, he's basically known for playing anti-heroes and so forth and so on. And this is another huge streak for Marvel, of course, casting big names in their movies. Casting big names in comic book movies isn't any different. It goes back to Marlon Brando with when he played Jor-El in the first Superman movie back in 1978. I always liked Kurt Russell. I thought he was the charisma, had a spark to him. He definitely, I definitely approved of his casting. I just can't wait. I'm not sure what to expect. Hopefully we'll get. Hopefully they get the bang for the buck for casting him in this movie. Definitely. Paul, what were your thoughts about his casting?
So Kurt Russell's playing a giant planet.
Yes.
Who also happens to be Star-Lord's father.
Just like Mogo.
While his mom is human.
Yeah.
Oh! Ew! I don't want to think about that. How the fuck did that happen?
Well, you know, when a mom and dad love each other very much, then
No. No. Don't even go there.
You thought you were seeing big before, baby. You yeah. My big dwarfs many small towns. Thank you very much.
Oh hell! Oh damn! You know how frightened you make me? God damn it! What the hell?
Care to see my meteors, baby? I got some nice asteroids down for you to caress. How's that?
that's no mood. It's my penis.
Let me pull down my asteroid belt and give you my meteor shower.
Oh God!
We should be ashamed of ourselves.
Bring on the filthy here. Oh my God!
We should
Man,
be ashamed of ourselves.
Man, we need to get laid one of these days.
I hear you. I hear you.
Damn! Holy hell!
Any girls see this, like, no way in hell, no way. We are out of luck, out of luck.
And if they see that and they still interested, then boom, we got it.
Jackpot!
Oh my God! I'm not even. Oh.
Woo!
I'm starting to realize why there are never any girls on this show.
Oh boy.
No.
All right. Where was I?
Kurt Russell.
Yeah. I think he's gonna do. I've only seen Ego the Living Planet in like animated form. I think he showed up in like Hulk and the Agents of Smash a couple times. Well, I don't know. We'll see. It's intriguing. All I can think about is how did that happen? But, oh boy, that's all I can think about. I'm sorry. It's like, shows you what a messed up mind I have. I think Kurt Russell's gonna do a fine job. I mean, he's a good actor. Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yes, he also played Elvis. Thank you very much. All right, Mike. What about your thoughts on the casting news?
I really like the guy. I mean, Kurt Russell, dude, cast him in anything. He's gonna bring a whole new level to it. Yeah, I mean, I guess they did show a video clip at Comic-Con. The show that like Ego can make a human avatar for himself. So don't worry about it. And this was back in the 70s, so Kurt Russell in the 70s, I think even guys would be
those guys, asteroid belts, meteor. Yeah.
I mean, one thing I am surprised though is that I'm surprised this news even came out. I mean, given how secretive Marvel usually is about their properties, this is something. It's a pretty big piece of information to let loose. So the only thing I can think of is that it's probably going to pop up pretty early on in Guardians 2, and it's probably not going to be a major plot point.
Probably.
I mean, because otherwise, that's a pretty large spoiler to be dropping right in the middle of Hall H.
Pretty much.
Well, I think it's also they understand that it's getting harder and harder to keep secrets, and I think something is like Kurt Russell's character. I think they're worried like that might leak out. Maybe we should get ahead of it.
Fair enough. That's a good point. But yeah, I can't wait for this movie. I guess Pom Klementieff is going to be Mantis.
Yeah, I wonder.
I don't know much about her character, but I'm really looking forward to because
are the Avengers in the comics?
Yeah, I guess she's an empath, so she can sense people's emotions, which her and that should lead to some pretty interesting interactions with Star-Lord.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, and apparently Baby Groot steals the show. So I really cannot wait for this.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, I cannot wait.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Colton, what about you?
So, I had no jack squat about Ego the Living Planet. In fact, I just wanted to Wikipedia to look up a little bit of information about him to sort of make sense about how he and Star-Lord's mom could have done the deed. And I guess
Done the dirty.
the only thing we can assume is that Ego was once a man at some point and not a living planet.
No, Mike explained it already.
Meteor shower.
Right. But anyway, Kurt Russell, yep, he's a good man for the role. So whatever stuff Ego the Living Planet does, will be entertaining at least. Especially since, Guardians of the Galaxy, I mean, they managed to get us to care for a talking raccoon and a talking tree that can only say one sentence. So
talking raccoon with a machine gun fetish.
well, 2 sentences actually for Groot. I am Groot and we are Groot. And man, who knew that Ben Diesel saying "We are Groot" can get you in your feels,
So I guess Ego the Living Planet is going to be the next big thing, huh?
Big is an understatement.
Yeah, see, come on, it was a good joke. Come on, guys.
Yeah, but
You won't be
Guardians of the Galaxy is out.
It's going to be hard for him to top his asteroid belt joke.
The Guardians has proven that they can take something utterly ridiculous sounding and make it into something pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with Ego the Living Planet.
If they can pull off a talking raccoon and a giant living tree, yeah, who knows how high they'll go, in terms of bringing in a living planet. That should be that should be interesting to see in this upcoming sequel. Okay, we're all right. 3 more topics we're going to cover. One of them mostly was Spider-Man: Homecoming, and it's confirmed that Vulture is going to be the main heavy in this movie, and also that an actor by the name of Tony Revolori is going to be playing Flash Thompson in this movie. And if you see pictures of this kid, see what he's like, he was apparently in the Grand Budapest Hotel. And if you see what this kid looks like, he doesn't look like the kind of guy you would normally expect to play Flash Thompson. Flash Thompson's a big hulking kind of dude. He's supposed to be Peter Parker's schoolyard antagonist. I'm not sorry. I'm thinking to myself, who came up with the decision to cast this kid in this role exactly? Like I said, you see what he looks like, you're normally you'll be scratching your head too. So as to what I was like, I don't get it. I was like, I'm not quite sure about this. And also another piece of Guardians, Spider-Man: Homecoming, is that Liz Allen will be played by Zendaya, and apparently she was a love interest of Peter Parker in the comics. They had she's been mostly there on an on-again, off-again basis. I don't know too much about Liz Allen, but I mean, I say I'm all right with it. I'm all right with it. I'm not certain. I'm not certain about it. I'm not certain. Like I said, I don't know too much about Liz Allen, but funds up for Zendaya, as I said in this movie. Like I said, May Heavy is going to be Vulture, which I don't know too much about, and Tony Revolori is going to play Flash Thompson, which kind of ruffles my feathers. I mean, I'm not certain where that goes. All right, Paul, what do you think about this news regarding Spider-Man: Homecoming?
Well, for one thing, as far as the villain goes, I'm thrilled that we're getting someone brand new.
Yes.
Vulture, the classic Spider-Man villain. He's been in a lot of the animated series, but to finally get a live-action interpretation of him by Michael Keaton, of all people, that's going to be incredible. I cannot wait for that. Liz, I want to point out for a second.
Actually, to correct myself, and I'm going to kick myself straight in the ass for this. She's not apparently going to play Liz Allen. She's going to be playing a character named Michelle. Like,
Wait, then what about that thing you posted on yesterday or a few days ago? The panel confirms she's playing Liz Allen in Spider-Man: Homecoming. You posted that on the group a few days ago, and on that note, I called that as soon as I heard her cast. Like, there's only one.
Liz Allen is going to be in the movie, apparently.
Liz Allen is being played by Laura Harrier. Never heard of her.
Yeah, never heard of her.
Apparently, she is going to be in this movie.
I think Zendaya would be a better choice for Liz Allen, to be honest.
Well, Chris, from what all I know about Liz Allen was what I saw in like the Spectacular Spider-Man animated series. She's a popular girl. She's like a cheerleader who initially like hates Peter, but as she learns about who he is, gets to know him better, that's when she starts to develop feelings for him, and they do kind of have a relationship for a while, and then until he broke up with her to be with Gwen Stacy, who he was in love with. So anyway, I'm looking at Tony Revolori, and I'm like, just looking at his picture, yeah, I can see where you're coming from. Not the kind of guy like you would expect to play Flash Thompson, but remember when he was created, Spider-Man was created like in the '60s. The idea of like the high school jock, is not as relevant as it is today. And from what I'm hearing, what's his name, John Watts, he's trying to take this movie in a more like modern day John Hughes style movie, like John Hughes set in 2016. Yeah. I don't know whatever, like Breakfast Club or Pretty in Pink, like trying to set that in modern day. And they're trying to make New York more modern, where there are a lot of Latinos, there are a lot of African Americans out in New York City, blah blah blah. Right. I'm looking at this picture of Tony Revolori that you posted on July 23rd on the group page on the United One Facebook group. Yeah, I agree. Right, just by looking at that picture, I can see maybe he doesn't have the build of Flash Thompson, though. I think he's got the right hair look. But this movie still has about a year before it comes out. Maybe he bulks up a little bit. Maybe then he can pull the look off. Nah. He needs to get some muscle because he looks a little too scrawny.
Yeah, I don't think this is like a new interpretation, which I'm not going to be thrilled with. It's just like
we'll see. I don't know. I mean, I'm not all that concerned with it. I mean, I'm not all that concerned with it. We'll see what happens. This I don't mind too much. I mean, the whole stereotypical jock image kind of no longer exists, or it's being reinterpreted in the world every day. So I mean, why not have a Latino jock? Maybe do that.
Maybe. Mike, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, first off, Paul, we know Michael Keaton is playing one of the villains, but there has yet to be a confirmation that he's playing the Vulture.
I thought there was confirmation.
No. We know that Vulture's going to be in the movie, and we know that Michael Keaton's going to be playing one of the main villains, but there are other actors that are playing villains in the movie. Any one of them could be Vulture.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, it's probably true, but just there has not been official confirmation on that yet.
Right.
Also, one more thing in the casting list, Jacob Batalon. He's playing Ned Leeds, who's going to be Peter Parker's best friend and castmate. And in the comics, Ned Leeds eventually becomes Hobgoblin.
Interesting.
So,
that would be nice to see Hobgoblin instead of Green Goblin all the time.
So he suffers a similar fate as Harry.
The Ned Leeds thing is actually kind of confusing. Like, Hobgoblin, from what I remember, he wasn't actually Hobgoblin. He was part of one of a series of misdirections as to who Hobgoblin was, and he was framed as Hobgoblin at first, even though they were like, hey, we're serious this time. It's really going to be the identity of the Hobgoblin before it got retconned. So whether or not he'll be Hobgoblin in this universe is yet to be seen.
But I mean, it's still interesting, to actually use Hobgoblin instead of Green Goblin or whatever the hell they were doing in the Amazing Spider-Man 2. I still don't know.
Fuck that movie.
I mean, it's definitely not what we're used to with Flash Thompson, but you know what? Flash Thompson is not like a major character like someone say maybe Lex Luthor, where they might try something different with that, and it might go completely south.
Zack Snyder.
Yeah. So you know what? It's Flash Thompson. It's not Lex Luthor. So you know what? If they're
It's not Johnny Storm either.
Right.
yeah, they're trying something new with Flash Thompson. It doesn't offend me in any way. And you know what? I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt in this case.
Yeah.
Because the rest of this movie is looking so damn awesome. So yeah, cool.
Okay.
Plus, I mean, after seeing Tom Holland in Civil War, I think we're all convinced this guy has the potential to be the best Spider-Man. I don't think we can say it just yet, but he looks like he might be.
He's on the right track at
We
least.
can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't base everything off one appearance, but he certainly, has the potential. You're not wrong. You're not far off there. All right, Colton. What about you?
So yeah, Flash Thompson. It's a little distracting, but I think when we actually see the movie, he'll be just fine. At least that's what I'm hoping for. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it at the moment because Marvel is usually pretty good with their casting decisions.
Yeah.
And in general, I'm glad that Liz Allen is going to be in this movie because if you want to be technical, when it comes to Spider-Man's love interest, Mary Jane and Gwen Stacy weren't until later, whereas Liz Allen actually was there at the beginning. So I'm all for that. Just saying, like, other love.
Technically, the first love interest for Peter Parker was Betty Brant.
Right.
If you want to
yeah.
go,
Well, that was when he was outside of high school anyway. He's had many love interests besides the Gwen and Mary Jane. So I like seeing the other women in his life getting attention and whatnot. And I also read the description of what the trailer showing at Comic-Con was. It's not available online, sadly, but it sounds pretty cool among other things. Like it's acting like your typical sort of high school trailer with Spider-Man thrown into the mix and all that. And I really like that that's where they're going. That they're going to put more emphasis on Peter's high school life. That's something that we haven't really seen in Spider-Man outside the comic set, with the exception of the Spectacular Spider-Man, I guess you could say.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like in the trailer, apparently Peter's battle with Giant Man actually made it to YouTube somehow, and I'm thinking, how did that happen? But I guess
It's 2017.
What?
It's 2000. Well, I mean, when the movie comes out, it's 2017. Everyone has YouTube on their phone,
Yeah, I guess someone there must have been some sort of security camera that caught the footage or whatever. But I'm gonna be looking forward to seeing how that pans out. And let's see here, what else? Overall, I'm just really looking forward to this movie. I'm hoping that, like I said, I like that they're putting emphasis on the high school aspect of his life because it's also showing how Peter is different from his different from the other Avengers. Like I said, he's the baby of the group, so it makes sense that they'd actually show that aspect rather than high school being sort of just a backdrop to his life and all that, like in the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man film, and then the first Amazing Spider-Man movie. And let's see here, one other thing I liked is the description of the trailer also stated that it also showed apparently it's going to show the high school photos of some of the Avengers, like Tony Stark and Bruce Banner saying all superheroes have started somewhere, all superheroes at a beginning and what have you. So I think that'll be pretty cool to see if they ever release the trailer. So I'm still looking quite forward to Spider-Man: Homecoming. They better not let me down because Spider-Man is my hero, despite what this Captain America shirt might suggest.
Marvel won't let you down. They won't let Sony fail.
Okay, all right. Okay, also, interesting point. Also, the final topic we'll be covering is the casting of Captain Marvel. And she'll be played by Brie Larson, who is a recent Academy Award winner for a movie called Run. She won Best Actress for that role. I seen Brie Larson in 21 Jump Street, which I very much like that movie. I mean, she was pretty.
Who did she play?
She played the love interest in Jonah Hill's character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was kind of charming in that. I mean, she definitely does have a range to her. She definitely has some talent to her. I heard some brave reviews about her performance in Rome, and it does look like she's going places. And she does seem like a pretty solid choice to play the character. Not too much. I don't know too much about Captain Marvel, but I will definitely read the comics. But I'm all yes. I mean, yeah. definitely, she does seem fit for the role. She does seem tailor-made, and I can't wait to see her and play this character, and can't wait to see her join the Avengers. Paul, what about you? What about what are your thoughts on her being chosen?
Well, like you, I've only seen her in 21 Jump Street. I had no idea that was her, although I was not a big fan of that movie. As far as Captain Marvel goes, like I've seen her in Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes. I mean, she was definitely an interesting character. I don't really, again, it's someone I don't know too much about, but I have faith in Marvel. Okay, in Feige, I trust. That's all I'm gonna say. He can do it. If anyone can do it, it's Kevin Feige in Marvel.
Yeah.
I'm not worried. I'm sure it'll be a great movie.
Right. Mike, what about you?
Sorry, I need to unmute. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this casting. I really like Brie Larson. I think she's a stupendous actress, and the very fact that they're getting, she's fresh off an Oscar win, and she's still interested in doing a Marvel movie. That says a lot about her, and it says a lot about Marvel. It's saying, Marvel has gotten to a level where even respected actors are like, you know what? These look like fun movies. It looks like a company I'm willing to be a part of.
Yeah.
And kudos to them. I mean, how else could they get like Robert Reynolds? Oh wait, not Robert Reynolds. Robert Redford. Thank you.
Yeah, Anthony Hopkins, all those guys.
Yeah, I mean, these are classic, respected actors, very well acclaimed actors, and they're game for this fun little comic book movie. Mm-hmm. That's saying a lot. And Brie Larson, ever since I first saw Captain Marvel in the comics, I'm like, this is a superhero I would love to see. She's basically a female Superman.
Are you sure you'd only like to see her?
Ooh.
Well,
that notwithstanding, I cannot wait for this movie. I can't wait to see her. I mean, my dream would be have her as Carol Danvers in Infinity War Part 1 or whatever the hell they call it, and have the accent that ultimately gives her powers happen. Have her be in a coma or whatever, and then in the Captain Marvel movie, have her wake up and start to develop these powers that she's suddenly a coma. So that way you've kind of got her origin movie kind of just stretched out, all cramming it in there, and you're giving the audience time to acclimate to her. I really want that to happen. Marvel, make it happen.
Absolutely. Well, Coleman, what about you?
Well, I know jack squat about Captain Marvel and Carol Danvers, and I know even less about Brie Larson, as I've seen her in exactly one movie, and that was Scott Pilgrim vs. the World as MB Adams. But I liked her as MB in that movie, so I think that, as far as I'm concerned, she'll do well. I think she'll do all right as Captain Marvel, I suppose. Like we said, Marvel has yet to really let us down with the casting choice yet so far. So if they made this choice, then if they think this is the best choice, then I'm gonna back them up 100%. So here's hoping that Captain Marvel will turn out all right in their favor. And one other thing I forgot to mention when I was talking about Spider-Man was that back when we saw Civil War, one of my favorite things about Spider-Man in that movie was that while he was down on his luck, the movie did not focus on his life sucking. And the trailer description for Spider-Man Homecoming makes it sound like, yeah, Peter actually gets to enjoy himself rather than being constantly beaten down, all that jazz. Like, I know that's part of his character, but damn, let the guy have some fun in his life and whatnot. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, those are my 2 cents on Captain Marvel.
Okay, all right, great. Star all the opinions across the board regarding. Okay, I think that is going to wrap it up. I think, Paul, you wanted to do something, collection of things?
Later, there are actually a couple topics that I did want to quickly bring up that you did not.
But real quickly, because it is getting.
Yes, I know it is getting late, so I'll make this quick. Did anyone see the trailer for season 3 of Gotham?
I did, and well, I can't remember exactly everything that happened during it, but the very end of the trailer with Alfred facing off against that one guy. I didn't know. Something about him looked familiar. Then you made the comments on the main Facebook page about how he looked like Green Hornet. I'm thinking, yes, that's where that Matt. That's why that
either
Matt
I'm seeing things, or Gotham is going to bring in the Green Hornet.
You know that could.
I don't know how the hell that's going to work, but I swear to either I'm seeing things, or I saw the Green Hornet staring down Alfred.
That could be either really
are
bad.
Are they really going with this direction?
No.
I posted the trailer for it on our Facebook page. Check it out. He shows up near the end. Skip ahead like the 4-minute mark because everything else before that is just old stuff. Right around there is when they start to show stuff. I swear to God, it looks like the Green Hornet. I could be wrong, but it looks like that. So that's one. And then the second thing, I'm kind of disappointed that we did not get a trailer for Power Rangers. I was hoping for that. Mm-hmm. I think I know why they're going with it, because Power Morphicon is coming up in a couple of weeks. There might be saving it for that. I understand that, but at the same time, San Diego Comic-Con, that is the biggest fucking event of the year. This is when you're going to get the most attention for it, because you can't rely solely on the Power Ranger fans for this movie. Obviously, we're going to be the biggest supporters of it, but you need more people.
I still wonder what would happen if a Power Rangers movie were to be directed by Michael Bay.
Fuck no!
I said no, don't you?
All right.
Yeah, so the Power Rangers trailer. Yeah, I'm disappointed we didn't see it.
Fuck Power Rangers!
But
Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're saving it for Power Morphicon, which I guess makes sense, but still, I think they would have been better off showing it at San Diego.
Yeah, I guess the cast was interviewed by one of the Collider people, and they were like genuinely nice people. So I am really looking forward to this movie.
Although there was news, they did confirm Alpha 5 is going to be in this movie.
Oh, good.
And we're also going to get the Zords. So that's good.
Well, we can't have Power Rangers without them.
We can't.
The series.
Yeah, we can't have
that. Goes without saying like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Power Rangers, I heard a very serious rumor regarding the Green Ranger that I'm wishing I hadn't heard because.
Oh yeah, that Rita. You know what? I'm hearing about Rita possibly being the Green Ranger. Okay.
What?
Well, whoa, hang on a minute. I think I have an idea of where they're going with this. I have an idea. Hear me out. They have, according to leaks from the script for this movie, they're going to establish that Zordon was actually the original Red Ranger.
Right.
It's possible that Rita could actually have been the original Green Ranger before she turned to the dark side. She kept the power coin. And then in the sequel, she could pass it on to Tommy, where he becomes the evil Green Ranger. I'm still hoping that they do the Green with Evil story arc for the sequel. But my thinking is that they could actually do that, especially with Zordon being the original Red Ranger. Maybe Rita was the original Green Ranger before she became evil. There's just a theory. That's my theory. That's my theory.
It would explain why she has the power coin, at least.
Well, I mean, she had the power coin in the original show. I don't know how she had it, but she had it in the original show.
So I'm saying that they could clear up that plot hole at last.
Yeah, they could do that. All right, so that's what I had to say. Okay, yes, what Chris said, because we did not do this in our finale yesterday, this episode I wanted to do some collection updates. So anything you've gotten in the past month, this time to show it off. Colton, you gotten anything?
Yes, I've gotten even though I don't own a Blu-ray player, I have purchased my first Blu-ray disc. Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, the Ultimate Cut.
Yeah. Could have done a little bit better, but all right.
Well, I needed to get it in order to participate in yesterday's show for the Ultimate Cut discussion and whatnot, and as I used the digital HD download to watch the movie, that was included to watch the movie.
All right, fair enough. Mike, you got anything?
Do you know what my first Blu-ray was?
Good choice. Way better than mine.
Yeah. No, I mean,
Blu-ray.
Nice.
Good choice.
Thank you fat bearded bitch.
I'm the bearded lady. Who are you? One of the freaks.
Even in the future, nothing works.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is this guy right here. And no, that's not Batman. If you take
That's
a closer look,
Goliath.
that is Goliath, baby.
Gargoyles. Nice.
Yeah, a nice Batman gargoyle combo there.
I haven't seen Gargoyles in years, man. Oh.
I know it is. Dude, I did bought the entire series on DVD through Amazon. I got them like last year for like $20 for all 3 sets. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Chris, you got anything this month?
Unfortunately, I do not.
You never get anything. Good lord, man.
All
All right.
chastise me. Don't chastise me, Jesus.
All right. I did not get a whole lot of stuff this month, but it's quality stuff. So this first one, I took the plunge. It's gonna be a while before I get around to playing it, but I got Fallout 4 for the PS4. Like I said, I don't know how long it's gonna be before I play because I got so many other games to play, but I did get it. Obviously, I had to, so I got Batman v Superman. I got the Best Buy exclusive with reversible images. So
I got that one as well, but I'd rather not mention it. So.
And then my big one, I was so fucking happy to get this. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Complete Classic Series box set. All 5 seasons of the original show, plus the movie Bond Beyond Time.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
It sucks.
It's time to duel!
It's time to do.
That theme song is really good. So yeah, that's what I got this month.
Okay.
All right, Chris, why don't you wrap it up then?
Okay, yeah, that was it for our show. It was certainly interesting and a lot of fun, covering all these topics. I mean, it hasn't been probably the most extravagant kind of comic books of years past, but it's certainly a lot of interesting stuff we had to go over during this whole thing. But it was great fun, talk about, what happened during this 4-day event. And of course, next week we'll be covering top 10 best friends in movies and television.
Yes, if we get around to it, I don't know if we'll have a time to.
That will probably be our topic next week. And of course, I'd like to thank the people joining me for this whole thing. Paul, my friend, it's great joining you on these things.
It is so much fun to do this. It's always a blast.
Okay, Mike, like I said, it's always great having you. We love having you here, man. It's great.
Always great, and it's especially nice to know that I can mute Colton whenever I want.
No, don't you dare, Mike. Don't you.
No.
I get it this time.
You're doing a con.
Don't Hulk out. Don't you Hulk out. Oh, Jesus.
I think I'll just mute everyone else and just say, hey, it's the Mike Show.
Nah.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
Well, yeah, but see, I mute myself naturally, so
Just
it's
making a trifecta. Just because I feel like it.
And like I said, it's the Mike Show.
Yeah, not a chance in hell. No.
You know what? This is too much. This is too much. This is too much. Yeah, how about that?
Okay, yeah, let's just wrap this up now. Now we're just having too much fun. Colton,
like I said, my friend, it's always great having you here.
I'm glad I was able to make it for this show. I almost didn't think I would for a second, but I'm glad I got to come back. Glad I got to bring back the restored Shield shirt. Now that we're no longer doing Let's Get Shitty Month, that was an ugly side of me, and now I'm back to my normal. Now I'm back to my charming, friendly, endearing self that loves it.
Except when we mute you, now we know your evil side gets unleashed again.
Oh, no, you don't.
I'm not doing it this time.
I think Mike's hiding from you. He's hiding. Oh, there's a Captain America shirt.
Oh, so you got a better Shield shirt than me, huh, Mike?
Yep, yes I did.
Well, screw you, man.
Okay, all right.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, that will do for our special Comic-Con episode. Like I said, we'll hopefully join us for next week's show. I mean, hopefully it'll be top 10 best friends in movies and TV. Thank you so much for joining us, fellow nerds, and until next time.
Live long and prosper.
Peace.